No. So apparently there was an update for me, and of course that immediately meant that I had to reset everything. So we're doing that live. Though I will say, hi everyone, welcome back for another wonderful week of The Light of Thylea plays Odyssey of the Dragonlords. Hi everyone. It is an exciting time as I love the headpiece that you have there, Jason. It's
Oh
quite
yeah,
it's quite nice.
your daughter gave it to me. Yeah, yeah.
So it's going to be
Thank you.
a blessed session today. Um,
Yep.
what a time to be alive, though, for us nerds. I mean, it's going to be a good time, as you all know. In 2.5 weeks, we're going to see Baldur's Gate. We talked about Beargate last week. We're not talking about Beargate again. If you don't know what I'm talking about, just Google it, or maybe don't Google it.
Beargate is forever, David.
Oh God. But anyway, super excited. And going to continue hyping up. We are going to do a live play with some people from the community. They are going to include Jason and Clancy from this stream as well, and a new face that you guys will get to know when we make the big announcement. So super excited about that. We'll probably do something like character creation for the first week where you guys get to see who we are. As a little bit of a heads up for that too, I'm excited because we will actually be able to roleplay. We'll actually roleplay characters completely off the cuff. Completely getting into those characters, because a post that Jason and I had seen that kind of discussed this is, and I don't know how you viewers feel about this, or the rest of you in Light of Thylea. It's interesting when you create a character in a CRPG or whatever, you kind of go like, oh yeah, I'm gonna be XYZ character, but then you really just turn into a version of yourself. Like a very much version of yourself, like a hardcore version of yourself. And so, long story short, it'll be fun to have to actually slip into the shoes of a character that is not just, carbon copy you, but maybe an iteration of yourself. So it'll be interesting. It'll be really fun to see the play. And personally, again, I'm still super excited, and I hope it'll happen that we get DM mode in Baldur's Gate 3. Maybe we'll do a session of Light of Thylea in Baldur's Gate 3. Just kidding. They only go to level 12. Dang it.
Yeah.
Anyway, with that, that's pretty much it from me. Do you guys have anything else from the Nerdverse, or are you ready to delve back into the deep sea ocean and into the Sunken Kingdom? None of you guys are billionaires, you're fair.
Yep.
Is it a sea
Yep.
or an ocean? Which one is it?
Deep sea ocean. That's like my wife makes fun of me because I will say something like 2 a.m. in the morning. She's like, that's redundant. Say 2 a.m. It's like, whatever. I'm from a different country. I got a lot of degree in the second language. Anyway, with that, as we're ready to delve back in, welcome back for another week of Light of Thylea. Previously, the group is currently on the hunt for an artifact called the Promethean Fire. Now, the group hopes that they're going to be able to do some magnificent things with this. Most of all, potentially become gods themselves, but very importantly, challenging the status quo that is the power relationship that Sidon has over all of the gods with whom you need a deal. Now, it appears that Sidon has dispatched his own people to try to acquire the Promethean Fire, which you found out from the Sunken Kingdom itself, where you get to meet the king of the merfolk and Nereid that live by and large here. There's also Oceanids, which seem to be more fake creatures that are treated differently, for the people down here do not have access to magic the way that you do. It appears that it is considered to be something outlandish, maybe even something to be distrusted. Additionally, as you found out last week, they have a pantheon of 8. A group of gods, so-called gods, that apparently have been ruling over the Sunken Kingdom millennia, ever since the City of the Sirens became the Sunken Kingdom. You were granted an audience with the council. The tribe elders were able to hear your pitch for wanting to take the Promethean Fire from you. You made an oath to be truthful with them. And a few of you indicated interest of wanting to become gods, while the other 3 said, nah, fam, not for me. Something that I will hold you to later on in this campaign. So be sure, because this was an oath that you made. With that in mind, you spoke with everyone.
So wait, you've never changed your mind? You've never been certain of something at one point in your life and then decided different at a later point?
Not once. I am lawful stupid. As you guys,
Can't argue with that.
made your point. As you guys made your point to the rest of the council, you found that some of them were extremely xenophobic to the outsiders and the group that had come before. You did not learn the fate of Gaius and the others that very much had arrived here before you did, but the council and the king kept assuring you that it was fine. We left off as you guys had a conversation with an interesting individual who wanted to persuade you all to go to a forbidden shrine, a place that Byron, is his name, presumed great riches lay. He wanted to help you in order, or by getting you access to these treasures and sharing them with you, so that you could bring offerings to the Eight, so that they would be more inclined to help you. Now, you not only turned Viron down, you immediately went to King Pontus and said, "Daddy, daddy, daddy," for good reason. As you guys told King Pontus what happened, he said, "Yeah, that's not. You can't just walk in there. It's quite dangerous. You might die." And just ask you guys to maybe not do this.
But he did say we could. He didn't say no. He said we could. He just said, please don't.
He didn't say it was unauthorized, that we would be thrown in jail. Or, I don't know if fish people have
And
jail.
here are the non-lawful people. So, as we
The ones who want to become gods.
we almost left off as you guys got to meet a wonderful Oceanid that was summoned in order to cast essentially a bubble of air for you. She was extremely excited to know more about you, about the top side, about what it's like to walk on legs and breathe air, and what the hell is papyrus? What is parchment? And then you finally all went to sleep. But as you went to sleep,
All right.
nightmares haunted each and every one of you. You wake up the next morning feeling very poorly rested, as none of you received the full benefits of a long rest. Now, prepared spellcasters, you absolutely can still cast and change your spells, but be aware that you do not have your spell slots back. Abilities that only recharge on a long rest are not recharged. As with this, an ancient nemesis specter seems to hang over you.
What about short rest spellcaster?
You can take a short rest in the morning. Yeah.
And the rings didn't protect us? Because I thought the rings protected our minds from, like, everything. Did they get
Unaffected
it?
by that.
Apparently, Mitros in her dying state was too short-sighted to think to protect us from Lutheria and just protected us from Sidon.
Seems to have not protected you guys this evening. You wake up in this dark and damp place under the ocean, the crushing thought of thousands and thousands of pounds of pressure of water being pushed back by a magical airfield around you. You look around and you can see the dark bags under each one of your eyes, and without having to say a word, you can all tell that you must have been affected by a sleep-stealing effect.
Did you add water breathing to my spellbook?
All right,
Oh, there it is, sorry.
is there any cleaning, house cleaning item that you guys want to get over before going to the roleplay?
I mean, I would recast water breathing as a ritual to start.
It looks like we all have our little once a day fate luck Should we have that?
Yes.
Okay. I didn't know if that coincided with not getting a long rest.
No, you still get that. That's a daily fee.
Okay.
We still regenerate HP, right?
Do not get the benefits of this.
Which includes the HP.
However, at the end of it, you still can change your spell. That
Short rest.
I guess Brizzle will wake up and be like, did anyone just like have a really bad night's sleep?
Mm-hmm.
The bitch is back.
I feel fine.
But she can't be, like, she's in jail, right?
I guess she's back.
hashtag Sanderson Sisters. I'm sorry, it's intrusive. It is right there. The witches, the witches, the witches are. And then change one. Leisure.
So do we want to go back up to the ship, or what do we want to do?
I think we'll have to do that tonight, but we'll just have to muddle through today.
And then dive back down again the next day or something like that? Whatever we have to do.
Yeah, or we just go back to the astral plane through the pit and the Fates place and just say, screw all of this and leave Thylea to these jackass titans and go find somewhere else to live. I'm starting to lean that way.
I don't think we could do that one necessarily.
Why?
The whole husband and kids thing that I have to worry about.
Take him with you.
And the whole people.
I think it'll be a whole lot easier to get your boy from Sidon than it will be to deal with this bitch not letting us sleep.
I think we just have to figure out how to. I mean, I guess we don't necessarily know it's Lutheria, right? We just have to figure out if it is, and then if it is, we have to figure out.
How is it anything but Lutheria?
I think we're pretty positive that it's Lutheria.
Do you have the sending? The message the Furies. Ask them if tell them that she's getting out, or ask them if they got out.
I'm pretty sure if I reach out to the Furies, I die. Because they made it pretty clear, don't fuck with them.
Yeah, we did something they didn't like. I don't remember what we did though.
We tried to break it.
Break a curse.
Yeah.
Oh right.
Your curse, I think.
I think it was Brissa's.
Whoa. But yeah, I think it was one of our first, at least.
As a school of fish that swims by, Lyra just throws Brissa under it.
Right, well, I guess we have to go meet some gods. I definitely don't, suggest that we go into a place of horror now, since, we're
Am
kind
I
of
interrupting something important? What is happening? As you see Viron and King Pontus kind of like swim up towards the edge. King Pontus stands outside of the edge where the water meets the air, and Viron just very smoothly just kind of steps out of that and is speaking out to you guys all. So he kind of like lets the water kind of drain out of his lungs. Sorry, it always takes a little bit. Good morning, everyone. How did you sleep?
Not great.
Yeah, not good at all.
Oh. Alright, well, I have some good news to brighten your time. As promised, King Pontus is here to deliver the good message that we are good to go to the Forbidden Shrine today.
We know that's not the real king. We talked with the real king. Told him your name and everything.
Right, of course. King Pontus and I discussed this. Isn't that right, King Pontus? And he just like sagely nods as Viron goes, and he approached me. Absolutely, I have to admit. And I had to come clean. I had to explain what my intentions were, that I finally saw heroes that could act as true champions. I mean, I haven't been chosen in a while, and well, I just wanted to increase your likelihood of being accepted as such, and after a lot of convincing, King Pontus just nodded. It took a lot of convincing. It took extra coin on my behalf of donation. Gives him kind of a stern look. I was able to convince the king to allow you to go to the shrine. But please don't trust my words. This is King Pontus. Yes, you may go to the shrine and retrieve whatever riches, treasures, or potentially knowledge, or potentially knowledge that may lie in the forbidden shrine. It is by my decree.
Yes. Yeah, you're embarrassing yourself.
He kind of looks over towards Byron. Byron's like, this is a very, very, very not...
Byron. Shh.
Yeah.
Excuse
From
me?
one professional to another, you're really bad at lying. We talked to the actual king yesterday. He didn't tell us we couldn't go, but we're definitely not going to do it right now. Thanks, but no thanks.
All right, swim off. And you see Pontus suddenly turn into an oceanid. You still owe me. And then kind of like starts to swim away. All right, fine. Whatever. This has been... Why? I don't understand. Aren't you here to plunder us? That is what the other people
No.
came for.
No, not at all.
Whatever, you want to get these, this weird, Promethean stuff. You're going
Really,
to
more
steal
that
that
we
from
wanna-
us to become gods, right? You're thieves! Why are you not wanting to be thieves with me, huh?
Okay, first of all, we had no idea y'all were here.
Well, we are.
We came looking for the thing,
Okay.
so the intent was not to steal it from you. And in fact, the intent was more to keep the other people from getting it than anything.
They're taken care of. So, not to worry about it.
Also, you came on kind of strong. So.
Okay, I have that effect. I like to get to the point, alright? I don't like to fuck around. I don't like to swim around the cave. Get in.
I have no reference for that.
But, oh, you don't have to express... I guess you don't. What do you call it? Walk around the cave, and then you just walk in?
I do think it is something that we are interested in doing, but maybe after we speak to the gods.
Hey, listen. Yes, I lied about permitted to go. Okay. Maybe I should not have hired an Osine to pretend to be the king. That was a very expensive mistake, but I am not messing with you when I say that our gods are, let's just say, peculiar, alright? They are a bit focused on their own image, and they can be a bit prickly. So yeah, I'm worried that you're going to come off very strong yourselves, like Yanni did last evening. That was, yeah. I might come on strong, but you come on strong, alright? That's all I'm saying. I'm just trying to smooth it. But just get a little bit of polish so you swim faster, huh?
What?
I give up. Alright, whatever, imagine, insert here what you say on the surface, alright? Surface people. I'm wasting my time, am I?
Pretty much.
Yeah,
Probably.
Yeah.
Alright?
We can talk afterwards.
I
Yeah.
don't think that will be necessary. I've been shushed. I've been told that I'm wasting my time with you. Very well. Good luck with the gods. I hope you don't die.
That's funny. I was going to say the same thing. Don't get yourself killed in the temple.
He walks out and disappears into the wall.
Or arrested by the actual king.
I think that
Purpose.
last thing was the best lie he ever told when he said he hoped we didn't die. I think he was lying, but I think it was the best lie he told.
He probably really does hope we die.
It was
and
the most
he come loot our
believable.
stuff. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, shall we go
I
meet
really,
the
I really
gods?
figured the king would have dealt with him last night. I guess not.
Yeah, that's fair.
Like,
I have
I
a
was
feeling
honestly
he's
surprised to see him
probably
show up.
way low priority.
I don't know.
Yoni,
Yeah.
how are you feeling after the dreams last night? I understand that you also have a particular dislike of Eutheria.
Oh, yeah, I mean, pretty much everything that's wrong in my life is her fault, but... You know, the last few years she's been quiet, or maybe I've just been in the protection of that bubble for the most part, and she couldn't get to me either way. I haven't really thought about her too much, and, yeah, I'm alright. I mean, you know, I'm more just feeling the lack of a good night's sleep than anything right now.
I mean, we've ventured out, and Lyra, spent most of her time outside of the bubble. So like, I do think maybe it's like this area. Maybe it's not necessarily this area, but like, because that would be like really weird timing, right? I guess unless she was just waiting.
I don't know. Maybe the fates are also off limits. I don't know.
Or
Maybe they have a
maybe,
deal.
God of Dreams here, like a second
Maybe-
God of Dreams.
I mean, maybe, or maybe, you know, since we're like at the bottom of the ocean, we're close enough to her nether sea now that she can get to us when she couldn't before. Who knows?
Right. I had developed a theory that, since we're not on land, where the domain of Thylea, perhaps, that gives her more strength. Here?
Well, I
don't
mean,
know.
the water is still
Like the whole-
technically Thylea.
The entire
Well, it's
world is
true.
Thylea.
But the domain is different.
Argenti, make me a religion check with advantage because you are a learned man.
All right. Religion with advantage, you said? I'm sorry? Yeah.
Yes.
What is that on Mac? I forget what that is. What's
Option
that on
key,
Mac?
I think.
Thank you. Okay, we're going to try that out.
Just click it twice. It'll be easiest.
All right, sounds good. Cool. Oh, what the hell? I don't. Okay.
Okay, 15.
Oh, it's because we're
Oh,
exhausted.
That's right.
That's fine.
It canceled it out. So the 7, yeah.
There's some nuances missing, but you remember there's something about the creation myth, how Thylea came to be. There's general stuff known, and you think there's something that could maybe answer that question. And it's going to be you as players remembering your notes. As Argenti, you kind of mentioned like there's something in mind about creation myth, how the Solent was created. Yes.
Yeah, Clancy.
Or the entire player's handbook.
Just tell us, Clancy.
I feel like I shouldn't because I don't know what David has mentioned and what he hasn't.
Stephanie, don't you? You know a lot of things about creation.
We found your lore
I
loophole,
have
David.
no idea about creation.
Because you create things, right? So you know about creation in general. It's
Right. I see the logic in that.
yeah. But
We're all creationists. None of us believe in evolution.
What's evolution?
it doesn't exist. Thylea created us.
We
It's
were here
very
at the same time as
unintelligent
everything
design.
else.
I didn't evolve. What are you saying?
I mean,
What are merfolk then? Like a step back.
Yeah.
They're the missing link.
Aw.
oh,
Excuse me,
Actually,
sir,
just-
are you a lungfish?
Didn't Thylea just become the land?
I thought she was everything, but I don't.
No, I think Yanni's technically right. I think she did just become the land.
So was there land before Thylea then? And she like pushed down the other land, or was it just like a world of ocean, like only water?
I don't know. I wasn't here.
All right. Invent time travel.
Time
should
is a
really
flat
work on that,
circle,
Get right
just
on
like
that.
the continent.
We can always ask the gods. The sea gods.
Yeah. Do we
can
think
always
they're
listen
really
what they
gods?
think.
I'm
It
not
sounds
sure
like
they're really gods.
they don't
Absolutely
really know
not.
a lot about outside of the second city.
Well,
Well, the
who
gods might
knows?
know.
I mean, perhaps they'll provide an interesting perspective, if nothing else.
I could try to talk to her, if you want me to. She and I are sort of like this. We don't.
Who?
You
What?
and Thylea. You and who? You and the water gods?
Oh, her
Sorry,
and
I
Thylea.
was looking at my spell book. What specifically, what is the question?
You have a spellbook?
Fascinating.
More like
We
this,
should compare
Lyra.
notes.
I have lots.
proud
I
of
like
you.
to read, Lyra. How do you not know this about me? I was
You're
trapped
right,
in a
you're right,
dungeon,
you're right.
reading my entire. Thank you, childhood. Remember now?
You're right.
Yes, I have lots of books. Yeah.
Yes, I do remember your backstory, unlike you and mine, but it's fine. It's cool.
Well, gonna take that one.
So
You and Yanni should compare notes sometime.
Yeah, spell books. Fun.
Well, my notes are not like your spell book, Yanni. You are very.
You probably have
special.
better penmanship. Mine's pretty bad.
You think so?
Oh, my penmanship's
I'll show
awful.
him. It's very neat.
Oh yeah, it's all pretty and flowery. Look at that. Nice flowing lines. Mine literally looks like chicken scratch.
I think smart people have very messy handwriting.
Maybe. I don't know.
I like that.
I mean,
good.
most of the scribes at the academy have way better handwriting than me, but it's not all pretty like yours. It's just neat and tidy. Anyway, what were you saying about something about you were going to talk to Thylea or something? Try and figure out what was going on with our dreams?
Well, sure. Do you think? I mean, I don't know how I would talk to her. I never really have before. I could just.
I'm sorry, maybe I misunderstood. I thought you were just like, yeah, we're like this now. And
Right.
Can't you use the
Well,
crown
she
to
did say that, yeah.
do it?
Hmm. I don't know. I'll try. I'm going to try to talk to Thylea.
Right, how do you do that?
I'm gonna close my eyes. I'm gonna concentrate real hard. Center myself. Picture the life-giving tree. Concentrate on my connection, my bloodline. And I'm just gonna reach out and see if I feel anything. See if anything's there.
You reach out and you feel something smooth, trunk-like. Open your eyes and you realize that's just Daphne's massive quad.
Wait,
Sorry, I'll get out of the way.
no, there is something. Oh, I'm so sorry, Daphne.
It's fine. I should have stood so
Yeah.
close. Sorry.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, no, nothing. Sorry.
Istria, as a cleric, you certainly know that if you have something like augurate potentially prepared, is some ways that you can magically enhance your prey.
Yeah. I don't have those prepared though, so.
You could have prepared those at the start of the day.
Well, I did prepare a whole bunch of stuff, so I thought it would be dishonest to go back now and say that I had prepared
That's
it.
fair. If you didn't have the
'Cause I
inspiration,
didn't.
give you a new. It's good.
So,
That's
No,
alright.
I totally get it. The only way I can talk to the fates is it kind of limits. I have to ask them about something we're doing. I can't just be like, hey guys. So I totally get it. If you can't talk to her, no worries.
thanks, Lyra. I'll just kind of bump her shoulder a little bit.
Splash.
Shall we go talk to some real gods then, and see if they have any insight?
I think that's smart.
Yeah.
But not on an empty stomach. Food is good for your brain. Everyone should at least grab something on the way out.
Like what? I mean, we're in an empty air bubble.
Well, I just saw a scallop sort of float by. You could just grab it, and eat it.
Raw?
You can heat it up. No, use your magic.
Can you eat?
I bet they have. They must eat, right? So we can go probably find some food, right? If not, then we can just eat one of them, right? I mean, fish.
One of the merfolk?
Yeah, I mean, it's probably. It was a
But
joke.
they're people. Oh.
I was just joking.
To be fair, that's
I remember-
their pets.
I remember hearing somebody one time say fish are friends, not food. So we might want to live by that.
I think I saw that
I mean,
play too.
They said that they ate fish though
Yeah,
themselves.
they did tell us they eat
They-
fish.
Yeah, so
Fair. I do like fish.
fish is delicious.
Do you think the fish down here is sushi grade?
I mean, they probably would. Yeah.
Possible.
I mean,
That wasn't-
obviously it is only sushi, right? Because they can't have fire, right? So they literally, it's
do you
probably the
think
best
that's
sushi that we've ever had.
I mean, if they've got like some thermal vents, they might have boiled fish.
Well, I guess that's fair. That's fair.
Yeah.
We
I
should
could
definitely partake.
electrify
in that.
something, maybe that would
I
be
seem
good.
to know a lot about the underwater world for somebody who's never been here before. Interesting.
Lot of ideas.
Maybe they just find the random exploding, apparatus of killer washes and like cook them inside of there.
Goodness.
Floating submarines.
Sounds so involved.
Hello?
I totally forgot.
Is
You
that a
see, the next
species
scene
of
is just
whale?
Bernaro swimming back into the place, and all of your brains have just exploded from the amount of meta bullshit.
Just brain matter against the wall.
All right, looks like we have breakfast.
Problem solved.
Well,
All right, let's go get food and then go talk to some gods.
Okay.
You guys head out, and Bernaros is indeed kind of like at attention outside as he explains. I have been assigned as your guide, ward. And you can just see in his face, he has a very hard time trying to make it look like it is nothing but absolute despair and dread about that. This
I'm
man
sorry
just-
for you, but
It's all right. I owe you that much at least. After all, you saved me. Thank you for.
And Crepinos.
And he kind of like looks down. This is the first time you've actually really seen a smile. As he has like the little crab just got, and the little eye stalks with. Paul's actually looking at Lara.
I love him so much.
He pats the satchel as he's just like, I'm thankful for this too.
isn't it risky taking him into battle?
I would take him everywhere. We share a bond. Of course.
Is he your familiar?
What is that?
That's a no.
It's sort of like-
I was real tempted to show you, but he might drown out here, so.
Yeah, that probably wouldn't be wise. It's a creature that has more of a connection to you, almost like a spiritual or magical connection to you.
Oh no.
Rather than-
no, there is no.
Oh. Oh.
And you can tell that he
That's
is
all right.
absolutely kind of like he was like, yes, connection, magical, no.
Or divine.
Oh, right. They're like no magic. They don't like the magic.
There are no magic.
Magic at all.
That's right.
So even if it was magic, he probably wouldn't tell us it was magic, right?
So I'm supposed to bring you to breakfast, and then there's something else that King Pontus want to pass on to. But food first. Are you okay? The Oceanids used their dark magic to. It did not work. I'm sorry, you look tired.
Yeah, we all had nightmares last night. Is that a common thing around here?
Do you guys have a god that's called like the god of dreams or the god of sleep or something super specific about what they do?
There is. Well, it is. It's an old hag's tale. Most people that fall under what we believe to be a curse seem Don't. You know what? No, don't worry about it. This has probably has nothing to.
No, you already
Sorry,
brought it
no,
up. You can't just not. You can't just not
Did
tell
you say
us.
curse?
Yeah.
Do you have stories, surface of the things that swim in the dark, bring you in with a light soon.
We use different metaphors, but yeah.
This is such a story. It is something that we tell the children. They will stay within their nets at night.
You keep your children in nets?
But they don't float away.
Oh, that makes sense. That actually makes sense.
You don't?
You know that
What do you do
actually.
with your children? Oh, I suppose
We
they...
tape them. We tape them to the wall, upside down.
What is a tape?
It's a joke. I'm sorry. Never mind.
No, we put them in little
Or
cages.
Naris is dead.
We give them away, apparently.
Well,
Oh no!
Stab Lyra.
I'm grumpy. I haven't slept.
I sense there is a lot of tension.
We're just a little, a little sleepy, and we would love food.
Right.
Hey,
You know how it is when you.
Let's do food first.
Yeah.
As
When
you
you
guys
don't get a
kinda
good night's sleep and.
swim down. And indeed, it seems that they have built what seems to be a bunch of it's interesting. So they have these massive stone balls, beautifully like frescoes inside of them. Chains attached to the top and to the bottom, and then just stretched to the ceiling and to the floor. You can see that attached to that are a bunch of other smaller chains that have what are like these beautiful coral kind of like clasps. Well, sometimes it's literally just why is that word escaping me? The thing with the pearl inside, like clams and stuff.
Oyster?
Yeah, like oyster shell, sometimes like massively sized, and they seem to all be closed. As you kind of swim up, please have yourself a shell or two if you need more. Just wave one of the attendants down. You guys go up, kind of engage with that. Gotta look over to him, and he just like casually pulls one open. And you can see that inside of that seems to be coiled up, prepared seaweed. There seem to be beautiful cuts of essentially floating sushi that kind of come out of it, and he just like takes bite after bite out of that.
it seems good.
I think my brain couldn't comprehend what you were saying. So it's a
Like instead of tables, they have like these massive balls of stone that have like carvings. in them.
chain to the
And then
walls.
chained to the ceiling and to the floor. Kind of stands in the middle of the room. They're kind of like in like random positions throughout. So different, like you essentially cluster and then float around one of those stone balls, and then you have these shorter chains with like little clasps and stuff like that.
Got it. Okay. Yeah, my brain was just like, what?
I know it had ball and chain, and it was lost to the Nether Sea.
It's really good.
All right.
This is from the King's own chef. I wouldn't worry much about it. I'm sure it is simply sleeping in a new place. I sometimes have a hard time sleeping myself when I'm far away from the kingdom.
Look.
But you said
Buenos.
something about a curse.
Go ahead.
I mean, yes. Again, coddling stories. Stories for school. It is said that when the kingdom found the ocean, a terrible curse brought it here. It's said that those who do not worship well enough, those who swim too far, and those who do not heed the word of the gods find themselves inadvertently cursed. Sometimes they have terrible dream nightmares of their shortcomings and the things that they have done wrong in the past. Until they change their way, until they improve and find the stream again. I hope it's not that. I've never seen anyone afflicted by this curse. As I have said, this is but a story.
I mean, that I don't want to alarm you, but that's probably what it is.
So, this Titan god Sidon that we were talking about yesterday, these other people serve. He has a sister wife. Yeah, I know.
Don't ask. Don't ask.
The rules are different when you're a Titan, I guess. Anyway.
Is that what you do on the surface?
No, that's what.
Absolutely not.
Wait, doesn't that mean? And he looks over towards Estrella.
Probably at some point, yes.
So, her Grandpa had a fling with somebody else, and that's where her mom came from. Anyway.
Oh. Huh. So you're not okay.
No, but her dad's a Minotaur, so go figure that one out. Anyway,
What is
bullheaded man.
Minotaur?
I don't even know how to begin to explain this to you.
Is that
Anyway,
tar that is miniaturized?
yes.
You know
Sure,
what tar is?
Yes.
Opposite of miniature.
Anyway, this sister wife Lutheria is, among other things, she has like oversight over the dead and dreams, and she's done stuff like this to us before with visiting nightmares on us to the point that we don't get a good night's sleep.
See.
I'm thinking that's what's going on, and maybe she's been doing that to your people in the past enough to start these rumors of this curse. So,
What did you say her name was? The sister wife?
Lutheria.
We have never heard of this name. Does she have a different name? A god name? A real name?
Do I know any other names?
She does go by the Lady of Dreams on Thylea as well.
I mean, she's known as the Lady of Dreams, but that's more of a title. And
Well,
lady is being used very loosely from what I've gathered. But anyway.
Is she hermaphrodite? Is she both?
No,
it matter?
lady implies a certain
Androgynous?
level of civility, and she seems to have none. But anyway.
Oh, I see. I'm sorry, I'm still getting used to
I feel like Daphne's judging me.
Nancy's judging, but she has to reel the DM back. I apologize.
Right. I'm sorry, I'm still getting used to your other world. It is
Yeah.
different.
Ditto.
He kind of spears with that prosthetic lance that he has on his arm. Some of the fish are kind of like holds it down for Carbinos to kind of, and then he just like with the little mandibles kind of starts eating it away. All right, well, that brings me, I guess, to the other thing, which might make this more difficult. King Pontus has asked if you would be willing to help the kingdom as well. This can, of course, come after you speak with the gods and receive their blessing, hopefully, but as you noticed, my scouting party yesterday was attacked by twisted creatures.
Mm-hmm.
I should tell you. The gods have sent, chosen, and sometimes groups. Most recently, a few months ago, an entire tribe to go slay the great beast of the chasm. A terrible darkness lives within its deep cavern. No one has returned, except for the last time. They returned larger, more fearsome, vicious, and they have been bent on our destruction, to the point that they have now taken up resident of sorts in the southwestern part of the city. We are worried, and King Pontus does not want to have this leave this room, but he is worried for the safety of his people, of our people. You claimed yesterday that you could slay gods. What are you boastful? You were under an oath, you must believe this, but...
I mean, we think we've got a pretty good shot at it. We're willing to try.
You seem confident, I will give you this. We were wondering if you would be willing to strike at the command line, the former tribe leader of what we believe to be this evilly touched former merfolk. We've started to call them Mero.
Wait, you want us to kill the people that live in your city right now?
No. The people
No, the
that
things they
have-
were fighting yesterday when we got here.
Yes.
Yeah. There's more of those.
Oh,
They think
But they
are like,
in the city.
like merfolk changed by evil.
Yeah.
That's what he's saying.
You seemed incredibly talented at taking advantage of the situation. You were able to dispatch of them in a way that I've never seen before. We notice a lot to ask, and you seem very focused on your mission. But the Sunken Kingdom would owe you a favor.
I think that's something that we could probably do. Look into its Vestal group.
Yeah.
do you think we could
Yeah.
like offer that to the gods as a like we'll scratch your back if you scratch our back kind of thing?
Maybe? I'm not the best person at doing this talking thing.
Honestly, you'd be surprised, but me either.
Okay.
What can you tell us about them? Do you know anything about their defenses or their
They haven't
weapons?
been there for long, only about the last week, but they've been very aggressive in attacking any scouts that came. They do seem to wield the dark magic that the Oceanids have. We haven't seen the warlord, but we believe that the former tribe elder leads them as well. I can tell you that it was when they descended into the chasm that they changed. They have barricaded most of the ruined buildings of the southwest. It is where they originally lived, and they were still themselves. That had been unreclaimed, waiting for recommission by the council, but I think for a time we just wanted to pay homage to the tribe that went and tried to do the gods' bidding. I am a devout merfolk. I believe in the aid and the good that they have done for the kingdom, for us. perhaps thus it is my duty to be sure to stress upon you the importance of your demeanor. He kind of scratches behind one of his fins as he looks over to Yanni. The gods are very proud and do not take kindly to salted words.
I'll stay in the back and keep my mouth closed.
Okay. I was a little worried about it. He kind of swims nervously, kind of back and forth a little bit. Okay.
Look, somebody has to have the lowest charisma in the group.
What is the...
We were under a lot of stress yesterday when we got here.
Oh, I understand that. Yeah, I wouldn't want to talk either. Well then, maybe you can use that for your benefits as well. The kingdom would be happy to compensate you as well. This is a threat that we have lost many merfolk to now, and they seem to be bolstered by some dark magic that we cannot counter easily.
Do you have any of them here?
The marrow?
Captured?
Sadly, no.
Yes.
We have been unable to do so. And you killed all of the ones that I was trying to capture yesterday. Thank you. This is not...
Yes.
I'm thankful of it. I'm alive because of this. We underestimated how many of them there were. As to the gods, I'm sure you have many questions. King Pontus told me to fill you in as best as I can to prepare your audiences.
Yeah, whatever you got, we'll take.
I feel like that was just like, okay.
That's absolutely what I just did. But I can't find my pen.
So, our pantheon is of course made up out of the eight. The eight being, naturally, the Sky Father. He is brother to the Sun Mother, and as such, they both rule in tandem. There is a bit of disagreements on occasion as to who exactly is the one who rules over the entire pantheon, and therefore I advise you to be careful in your approach, at the very least. The Fire King is a hermit. He does not like to be approached. In fact, he has created an air bubble around his temple to keep as many people away from him as possible.
Also, if we make nice with him, we could hang out there.
I thought you guys could breathe both, or is that just the ocean is?
Well, and he looks down towards his tail. It's less about the ability to breathe. It is shameful to flap upon the ground without the ability to...
Oh, I understand.
Yeah, there you go.
No legs. Ain't got no legs.
I mean, you don't have to say it like that, but I understand. Alright, he is... he likes fire, as you may be able to deduce from the name. He has a magnificent artifact of metal and a weapon, a hammer, that he likes to strike this artifact with. And, well, yeah. And he kind of looks down towards his prosthetic. We're gifted with the knowledge of crafting metallic objects from him. We have devised alternative means to use pressure and thermal vents to create heat.
Oh, right.
Your brain recombobulates. To create the weapons that we wield.
You guys have a whole forge here?
Yes, that is what he calls it too. Do you have those? Do you have more of the Fire King's holy artifacts?
Daphne's kind of an expert with them.
Yeah, she forges stuff too. She's got a forge in a mountain.
Interesting. But yes, we do. We use I don't know how it works, but the Forge Masters, the Devout of the Fire King, have devised a way that they can use pressures from water and heat to shape the metal in whatever ways they want.
That's not how you do it, right, Daphne?
No, it's that sounds so fascinating. Though I think maybe I'd love to learn.
I highly recommend that you do not visit the Ghost Lord. I know that you mentioned that this not Lady of Dreams is in the domain of the undead, Yanni, right?
She's like the goddess of the dead, yeah.
This
Like she
interesting.
rules the afterlife, the Nether Sea.
The Ghost Lord is, suppose, akin in a way. Do not believe that he oversees the afterlife. We believe that part of you keeps being reborn in the eternal cycle that is the ocean. The Ghost Lord is merely the god that makes sure that your soul, your essence, passes on. If you did good, if you're honorable, if you heeded the god's words, you will be reborn as a merfolk or a nereid. If you were vain and selfish, you might be reborn as an oceanid or well, shark, perhaps. If you did nothing with your purpose in life, you simply played about, were lazy, perhaps you become a little clownfish, and so on.
I like that I wrote oversees the dead, and then you immediately went, he doesn't dead, so I crossed it out.
However, he is. Ghost Lord, forgive my unkind words. He's a bit struck in the head. His ways are hard to predict. If a mere mortal acted the way he did, we would call them insane, but he is perhaps beyond our understanding. No one that has approached the Ghost Lord has left with all of their faculties intact. Just so you know.
So maybe visit him last.
No, or not at all. I cannot stand
yeah.
that stuff.
I'm
Well,
kind of leaning
I
towards
thought-
not at all.
The Ghost
thought
Lord...
Do we
Maybe
have
we
to
got
talk
favor
to
of
all
all
of
of
them?
Probably not. Listen, the Ghost Lord, the Sky Father, and the Sun Goddess make up the Trinity, of course. But they are, like I said, the Sky Father and the Sun Goddess, they sometimes disagree on who leads the pantheon, but the Ghost Lord has no interest, so there's not even a political advantage either.
Is it Sun Goddess or Sun Mother?
It's both.
Okay.
It depends on who you... I am a worshipper of the Sky Father, so she is the Sky Mother, or the Sun Mother, and priestesses of hers refer to her as the Sun Goddess, to underline the fact that she is a goddess, and the Sky Father is merely a brother to her. It's a
Got it.
religious
Father
thing.
and mother are brother and sister. We can relate.
No. They do not have children together. This would be incredibly forbidden. Do your people not change? For us, when that happens, people are born with short or sometimes multiple tails. But you look great. As far as I don't know what your people are supposed to look like. I mean, your legs look fine. Are they supposed to look like that? They don't look like hers. He puts over towards Daphne. But then again, neither. I mean, yours look. I mean, you. No. Okay, you two. Kind of like compares Daphne and Brissa. It's like, that seems to be the standard. Do all. It's just from the walking. Your legs are so large. And what do you do? Do you just float? Why are you like so small, both of you? I can see your wings. You fly, but what do you do?
Well, somebody answer the man.
I take a lot of supplements, you know, to really make me strong.
Supplements?
Yeah. Magical.
Oh.
Surely you guys know what supplements are. The omega-3s
juices.
down here are insane.
No, we have the alpha, beta, and kept going.
But you said each god can choose a chosen, so if we could all get chosen, that would be the best by each one of the gods.
Sure.
Well, there's only 6 of us.
But there's 8 gods.
None. The others are amenable. They would enjoy speaking to you all, I'm sure. Anyways, where was I? So we have the Sun Goddess, the Sky Father, the Fire King, the Ghost Lord, the Fish Queen. The Fish Queen.
Oh, right.
Well, she's kind. She is of the people. Good harvest of fish, making sure that the kelp grows strong. Those are all domains of hers. She is probably the one that will be the easiest to talk to, as she has most of the people of the common folk worship her. The Moon Maiden is... I have to go by my own standards. Most of you seem to be fairly attractive on land, even though it seems like your skin is getting a little... It starts to look like coral. Yeah, it's... sorry, no offense. You see, the Moon Maiden is the goddess of beauty, of vanity, of art, and thus she is perhaps sometimes also associated with vanity. So you might want to be looking your best when you come. It is an expectation of those who seek to speak with the Moon Maiden. The Great Hunter is someone that my father worshipped. The Great Hunter is, of course, the god that blesses hunting parties, war parties. He has some of the most unique servants out of all the gods. Are there... We've heard the term before. We don't know their origin, and the Great Hunter will not speak on it, but what is a giant? They seem to be almost the size of the gods.
Yeah, I mean, that's basically it. It's like if you took Daphne and then like made her twice as big and twice as muscular.
Yes.
Yeah, we got those.
Okay. He seems to
They're
have...
called Geigans on surface.
Geigans, okay. Yeah, these ones, they have bluish, dark skin. Their eyes are made out of what seems to be just crackling blue-white energy, completely hairless. They have the power of the lightning that strikes the ocean during a storm.
And these are servants of the Great Hunter? Is that right?
Yes. Alright, no questions? Good.
And he's the...
I guess.
I'm sorry,
Sorry.
he's the only one that has
no.
these...
Oh, they have different attendants, but most of them are not as formidable, no. I think the Sun Goddess, for example, can rely on her own might. The Great Hunter, of course, is not of the Trinity, so not quite as powerful as the others.
Oh. So, like, there's titans and then gods.
I mean, we've
He's
never
not
fought
gonna
that.
understand
They
that.
are the Trinity, and then there is the Octet. Yes.
I understand.
Let's see.
And just to make sure I have my notes right, the Trinity here is the Sky Father, the Sun Goddess, and then the third one.
Yeah, yes.
The Ghost Lord.
Ghost Lord.
The
yes.
Ghost Lord. Okay,
Yes.
thank you.
Yes, of course. All right. He kind of like looks at a couple tablets. No, put this over here. Oh yes. The vile trickster is an odd creature. Some of them choose to have fate, much like you, but the vile trickster has an oddity. Hair that grows on his legs, and he does not have feet. He has, it seems like, massive nails that encompass the entire thing that the foot should have.
Lyra, show him a satyr. Like, turn into a satyr, since you can do it. Well.
I look around, are there other people in here?
Yes, there are a couple of the attendants.
Yanni, I can't. They'll, like, crucify us if I use magic right now.
Oh, yeah. I forget that part.
Satyr.
Come here. And I just, like, huddle Bernaros down real quick, and I minor illusion a tiny little satyr in my hand.
What in the ocean? That is. How did you know what he looked like?
We have those two.
So the vile trickster is a god in your world as well.
No, it's kind of just a race of people on our world.
Why would he take the form of? But this is not the first one.
Why indeed?
Well,
Honestly,
the
that's
vile-
a good question, because a satyr, you could do better.
the vile trickster is only worshipped by thieves, thugs, cut purses, and assassins. I would be weary approaching him.
Wait,
guys
did you
have-
ask us about the giants? Because that's what the great hunter is? Is he a giant?
He is significantly larger than them. All of the gods are.
And his servants are giants too, right?
He's not. I mean, he's giant, I suppose, but he's significantly larger than these giants.
How many eyes does he have? 1 or 2?
Ooh. But some of them have only one eye.
Like one eye in the middle, or like one eye because they lost an eye?
Oh, just
That's a good clarification.
one in the
That's a
middle.
good clarification.
Yes.
Okay.
It's best not to assume.
You're very wise.
If you don't mind me asking, what does the Fire King look like?
Oh, well, he is huge. I mean, I've never seen him myself, but I've seen some of the tablets. He's described as being able to dwarf a building. The air around him, the water boils. He has 6 massive arms that are able to hammer down on the artifact that the forged. Anvil, I think, is what his devout call it. And he has one eye.
I will minor illusion a tiny little depiction of a Gigan in my hand.
No, it's like that being like, Berners absolutely has that same reaction, but now tempered by the fact that this is the second time that you show him what a god looks like without ever having seen this god.
And what of the sun goddess? That's the one that I'm interested in seeing.
He gets kind of quiet and then looks over towards Lyra.
Son of a bitch.
Like you. She
Oh
has
my God.
wings. She
I'm
carries a sun on her crown.
I mean, it makes sense when your sun goddess and carries.
So the Skyfather would be similar then, somehow, since they're siblings.
No, the Skyfather, actually. It is more tasteful. But the Skyfather has chosen...
He just called you tasteless.
Yeah, we're gonna ignore it.
more tasteful than the vile trickster. He too has feet that are not feet, not made for the ocean at all. And he has 4 legs.
I minor illusion a centaur.
And at this point, it's just like almost humorous to him as he goes, yes.
These
my
fucking
God.
gods aren't real. They're just races of Thylea.
Please don't tell me you just
Sorry.
said that out loud.
I
Please don't
did,
tell me.
actually.
Are you for
Oh,
real
boy.
saying that out loud, or are you just saying that
Yeah.
because Tyler? Okay.
I mean, there's not a whole lot of difference when he gets in this mood, but
This is the attitude that I was trying to address. You
Yeah,
are coming into a different
Well,
culture.
I'm not gonna
that you
say
don't
it in
know.
the meeting. I'm not dumb.
But that's what we're asking, Tyler. Are you
Did I
saying
say
it
it
out
right
loud
now?
in front
Yes.
of Bornaros?
Yeah. We're best friends.
This is Bornaros' answer to that. These gods are real, and they will destroy you where you stand. These are not races. These are
Have you-
powerful gods.
Has anyone ever seen them
Of course.
do miraculous things?
Yes.
Really?
Yes, of course.
Do we want to guess what the other ones are? Do we want to just brainstorm it, round table?
I mean, I guess show up a human. I mean, don't think.
I think he knows what a human looks
Yeah.
like.
I mean,
Yeah.
the
mean,
Great Hunter
you know.
does look a bit like, and he points towards Daphne.
Okay.
Can
There
you-
are 2 more.
Somebody make
There's-
me, if anyone is proficient in it, go ahead and make me either a history or a nature check, please.
ooh, me.
Ooh.
Oh, yeah, no. That's an 11.
Oh right, I forgot we have disadvantage on everything again.
God damn, Argenti.
Good thing Argenti.
Oh shit!
What'd you
Oh,
get,
shit.
Argenti?
I got a 22 on with disadvantage. Ooh.
Here is something that your little mind, Argenti, immediately would ping onto it as someone who has been taking an interest in the origins of Thylea for a long time. You did a lot of studies, and humans, as the way that the Great Hunter is described, are not part of the original peoples. Thylea. They
Oh
were not
right,
created
they
by the
shut up
Titans,
later.
according to the original texts and stories.
Oh. Well, keep it to myself for now, because I don't want to cause further damage.
Who caused damage? Nobody caused damage.
Shall we go
Here
see
comes the
these
zoom.
gods?
Oh yeah!
I just, I guess to be a little predictable.
Why can't my brain think of any other
There is-
Thylian
there is
races?
2 more, right?
Minotaur?
Oh right,
Related Minotaur?
Minotaur. Yeah,
I don't know what that is.
I'll minor illusion a Minotaur.
What in the god's name is this abomination that you have summoned into your hand?
Okay, not one of those.
Is this a
My
beast
dad's one of
head?
those. That's where her dad is. Play nice.
Oh, you.
They're actually pretty nice folks.
Yeah, they give really good hugs.
You can really pop your back. It's actually.
Sometimes they'll let you ride on their shoulder if you ask nicely.
Is that what your mother did?
Well,
No, she rode on the front.
she probably started there.
Oh.
Yes, is probably the answer to any question you ask about my mother.
I'm sorry. This is a soldier's humor. I apologize. This is incredibly inappropriate. I apologize. No, I have never seen this form before.
Okay, well, that marks that one off. I'm trying to think of what the Fish Queen could be. I'll just minor illusion Versi in my hand.
Quite beautiful, but no.
That's her mom.
That's her mom.
I see where you got it from.
You could do each of the.
You can
each
see
of
he
the type
does
of thing.
blush a little bit there. If you just
do
need to
any of
know,
them-
the Fish Queen is a mermaid, just like me.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah, that does make sense.
Because I don't want to. The Moon Maiden is, well, she's quite beautiful, but she has very deep, dark skin. Something that you don't see much. Brown. Much like the wood that we sometimes see.
She's probably a nymph, but
Yeah.
not the
Does
same.
Johnny
as
know what a
Versa.
dryad is?
Yeah, you would have heard of dryads before.
Are they? Don't the Amazons have dark skin?
Not all of them. The Amazons are...
Okay.
In my world, the Amazons are less of like a specific people, but like a creed, like a nation. So any woman is welcome to be part of the Amazons, so long as she lives by that creed.
Okay.
This is the way, you know.
Yeah, she's probably a dryad.
I'm trying to remember if they were Medusa. They are Medusa, right? Or the queens are. The sister queens.
As of recently, yes.
But technically, Darian, who should be the queen, not a Medusa.
Correct. So
Right.
Moxena and her sisters had oathed themselves to protect the royal line of Themis, and broke that oath so that they could become the queens of Themis, and that's why they're Medusas.
Yeah. Got it.
The only other race left though is Medusa's, but I don't want to show that to. I don't want him to have a tag. No, I don't.
Show him what Crane was. Because Crane was a nymph, and not, like a
A water
nymph.
nymph. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll do a little picture of Crane with her cool water mohawk.
Remind me really quick, what are those called? Those nymphs.
I
they're
was just
naiads,
looking.
right?
I
Yeah.
think they're
But
naiads, aren't they?
Naiads, yeah.
Yeah.
Naiad. okay.
Yes. Like this. She can bend the water around her at will. Indeed.
Wait, that's the Moon Maiden? She looks like that?
Yes.
Not a
Oh
dragon.
my god. Oh my god.
Yeah, the more I think about it, dryads need their trees close by.
Yeah.
It's just a
I guess
mangrove
be a s-
that grows
sunken
all
chip.
the way down. In salt water.
Well, I think we ought to pay them a visit, right?
Wait,
So what? I'm sorry.
What's
did
the
I miss
Ghost
it?
Lord
What's
look
the, Yeah,
like?
that one. That's
Which
the
one?
one I'm curious
Oh.
about.
The Ghost Lord, that's the only one we don't have.
Well, the Ghost Lord is much like the Fire King, but he's always depicted as incredibly skinny. I again must warn you, do not approach him.
We will definitely not approach him.
Just an emaciated Gigan?
That's what it sounds like, yeah.
Nobody has seen him and lived to tell the tale recently. All we have are old tablets.
Does he also have 6 arms?
He does. Though he did
Oh,
rip
boy.
one of them out, as far as we know.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Oh,
Interesting. Well, I appreciate all of the information you've given us, Bernoros.
Of course.
As a treat,
What?
I minor illusion a tree in my hand. This is a tree. This is what we were talking about yesterday.
Oh, it is so weird. Do you show him the roots of the tree too, or just like a little bit of landscape?
I guess I'll show him the whole root system.
So where is the top? What is it?
The-
It's weird how it goes both ways.
So like this part is usually underground.
Underground? Why does it grow underground? How does it move? Does it walk on those little things and then sit itself
no.
down?
It's pretty sedentary.
It's like, kelp. It
Oh,
sticks in the ground.
okay, that makes more sense.
Yeah.
But all of this, the brown stuff, it does not look very tasty.
It's probably not.
You've never tried
I mean,
it?
some of it is if you powder it, but you
Powder.
don't want to eat too much at one time or you, choke.
Yeah, it's a pretty bad challenge.
We also use it to make fire.
Interesting.
Animals live in it.
What? I mean, I suppose that makes sense. But how?
Right, animals live in kelp too, right?
They do, but you can swim through kelp. Do you walk into a tree? That can't be possible.
And some people can.
Some
They
people
can?
There's birds that have really
Birds.
you don't know what birds are. Like when you're up at the surface, the little things that fly around up in the sky.
Birds
Surely
are
you've
like
seen
the
those.
fish of the air.
Interesting. So, you're part bird.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, that's true. That's right. Yeah.
So you go inside trees too. Do your people live in trees?
No, we live on a mountain.
What is a mountain?
It's when the land gets really tall compared to the land around it.
Oh,
You guys probably
I
have
see.
them down here too.
Yes. Okay, I know what you mean now.
Yeah. Like that, but not under the water.
I must say, I found myself incredibly envious of your ability to walk both worlds, much like the Nereid. It must be wonderful to see both.
I mean, you can breathe air, right?
I can, but I can not stand at the top of a mountain.
Yeah, no, that's fine. After this is done, I'm sure we can show you around. People can probably
Sounds
we can probably find a way.
uncomfortable. I don't know what my tail would do without water on it. Would it look like this? And it kind of points at your fingers, or
No.
I'm sure we can figure something out though to make sure
And
you
the-
don't dry out.
I would appreciate that.
Also, one of us can probably make you fly, so you wouldn't even have to worry about that.
I could be a fish bird
You could be a flying fish.
off the sky.
Yep. You could live in a tree momentarily.
I don't know if I want that. Do they get you? Do they attack you?
Trees?
Are they
Only-
plant or animal?
Very rarely.
They can. And he kind of goes away from the minor illusion. Maybe not the trees. I would like all the other stuff, but not the trees, please.
Yeah, I'm sure we can figure it out after all this.
Sure. Yeah, that would be great. Well then, where can I lead you to first? Which temple? Each one of them
should-
has a temple in the city.
We should probably start with the Skyfather, yeah? Just knock the big one out first.
Sure.
Or the sun goddess mother.
Right, or the Sun Mother.
I see you have already understood the split of religious faith within the city.
I would like to see the Sun Mother, but I do say we can just go see the father first if we want, and it doesn't really matter.
We will offend the other by not going to the other first.
It
no?
will indicate preference, yes.
What if we
All
split
right.
half and half? And
Yeah,
the
we should
half
probably do
goes-
halfsies.
And half of us goes to the other one.
Sure.
All right, let's do that.
Alright. I'll go to the Sun Mother because she's a siren.
It could be a bad idea, so if it is, forget it. But we could all make our own appeals to
Each?
individually, to each god. I don't know, but
Split
I mean-
the party.
Well, see, I was kind of already thinking about this because Daphne should definitely talk to the fire.
Sir?
No arguments there.
But I don't know who else would go with who. I could talk to the Moon Maiden, but I really feel like I should talk to the Sun Mother because she's also a siren.
You can talk to the Sun Mother if you want, and you could do the Moon Maiden.
All right, who wants to talk to the Skyfather?
I don't think I'm allowed to talk.
You know.
Yanni, honestly, you could probably go talk to the Vile Trickster.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe.
Okay, wait a minute. What is our objective? Right? Let's keep this tight. Our objective is to find the Promethean fire, right?
Right.
Right. Who do we think will know where that is? And will
The
tell
Ghost
us?
Lord.
We don't know. I would definitely do not want to
Definitely not
talk
the
We
Ghost
also
Lord.
just
Definitely
need
not the
to
Ghost Lord.
gain the god's blessings so then we can
Uh,
interact. Like, people are going to be a lot happier dealing with us. And
Exactly.
So,
I think if we can become their chosen, like they said, and gain their blessings, then I think that is the goal. And so if we get all of us to be picked as a chosen, so I do like Lyra's idea of splitting up and each of us taking a god.
Okay, so we
Daphne
leave out
seems like she doesn't like that idea.
I just,
Yeah,
I just don't think it's.
I kind of feel like we
I'm
ought to
looking at
at
Yanni.
least start with the Skyfather and the Sun Mother as like, you know, maybe split up and be like, hey, we couldn't decide who, or we didn't
Got it.
we didn't want
You
to
might
pick
want
one
to
of
be
you over the
careful also
other.
saying that. Maybe you could just say that you had preferences for them. Just looking out for you.
Or that.
Does anybody
Yeah.
want to speak to the Ghost Lord at all? I feel like.
I mean,
No.
I'm a little curious, but
I know,
don't
I'm very
think-
curious as well.
No,
Well, I would like to
Definitely
speak to him.
please
I
don't.
kind of do.
Please,
I
how
do
about,
not.
how about
I do.
you do not?
I'm not going in. He sounds crazy.
He
I think
is
so.
there is-
unique.
Impressive.
There is wisdom in insanity.
No, I mean, yes.
In my experience.
I just don't. I don't want you to die. I don't know how
Well,
to
see,
say
he would
that
attack
nicely.
us then. You believe he would be immediately hostile?
No, I think it's less that he would
You
attack
have to
us
be
and
careful
more
breathing the water, especially right after eating. It tries to escape again.
I'm not afraid of death.
that everyone who's seen him hasn't come out, right? That's the whole thing.
Yes, please don't.
No, they haven't come out with their mind intact.
I understand. This
So,
is like
are-
young merman. Listen, I
They
know
can
that the more
do
I say
what's
please
good.
don't go, you're going to want to go more. Just trust me.
That's not
this
it at
one.
all. That's not it at all.
Uh,
I feel like there might be a pre-existing understanding for reasons.
I say we save him for last. How about that? If needed.
Yeah, you will not need him, probably. The other 7 are quite wicked.
All right.
Good then.
So we'll tag team the Skyfather and the Sun Goddess, and then split up for the rest of them.
Yeah, then split up for the Moon Maiden, Fish Queen, and Great Hunter.
And Fire King.
And
Fire
Fire
King.
King.
Alright, who goes to which?
I'll go to Sun Goddess.
I truly think the Vile Trickster, like, he probably would be down too. The only one we really apparently should avoid is the Ghost Lord.
Yeah.
I mean, he's a
Which, of
shiki
course, makes him the
recruit. I don't.
big red button on the panel that says "Do not touch."
Yeah, basically. Yeah.
But yeah, let's figure out Skyfather, Sun Mother first.
Yeah,
There
let's
are two
see how
more.
it goes with
Are
them.
there not? That's only 8. Who are we missing?
No, that's
So there was 10?
There's
Oh,
8.
there's 8.
Yeah,
There's
so-
8.
Mhm. So Lyra and Brissa are going Sun Goddess.
Yeah.
And who else? Or are we doing just 2 going to Sun Goddess, then somebody else is going to the Skyfather? Who's going to the Skyfather?
Oh, I thought we were trying to make it even so they wouldn't get
Yeah.
mad.
I think we should split it pretty even.
Yeah, I don't know that I have a preference, so you guys figure out where y'all want to go and I'll jump in.
I'll go to the Skyfather. There we go.
Estrella.
Argentina. Estrella.
I don't mind. Do you have a preference?
All right, come with us to the Sun Brother. Yep.
Okay, the rest of
Straight
us
go
will
to
go
the
to
Sun
Skyfather.
Brother.
There we go.
Sorry, who's the third for the Sun Goddess?
Estrella.
Estrella.
Okay, sounds good. All right, I will lead you to both of the temples then, and we'll give each other a signal before we start and see them at the same time. I would suggest that. This will be interesting. All right, well, are you all full? Have you eaten enough? Do you need more fish?
I mean, can you really
No.
have too much sushi? But anyway.
True.
You keep saying this word. I don't know what it means.
Oh, it's just
Yeah, I
a way
mean,
to
that's
prepare fish.
fair.
It's just called
Technically,
food.
since there's no rice, it's called sashimi.
Oh, yes, of course, sashimi, yes.
Who wants to fill up on rice anyway?
The great chef Sash and Emi. Alright, as with that, you guys start swimming towards the temple district of the Sunken Kingdom, and we are going to take a quick break. See you guys here very shortly. All right, and we are back live, and I am invisible. I am your invisible dungeon master, David. Oh shit, the curtain is pulled back. As we are back in, one thing that was brought up that is good that I just kind of assumed is the weapons that you guys carry are taken from your bodies. As you guys,
Yeah,
are
who brought
approaching
that up?
things.
Nart.
Yeah, I wonder who.
Of the casters, because they're not a very magically savvy folk, but they do know that Oceanids do need to have foci to cast their magic, you might be able to hide yours more cleverly. You need to think of that if you want to hide them, how you might want to do that. Or you could also just not hide them.
I'm just trying to think of what I
don't even
do.
remember what I'm using these days. I gotta look. Oh, my book, which is in the bag.
Oh no!
Right.
Oh no!
Well, I still have my my little medallion thing that I had before too, so it's all good.
And you have the
I don't know.
dancing short sword.
Yeah, but that's not my
Okay.
focus. I was trying to remember what my focus was.
So in other words, are you guys all trying to subtly keep the foci, or you just don't mention the foci kind of stuff?
I just won't mention it. That, like you said,
Yeah,
weapons.
well-
Here's my sword. Here's my dagger. Here's my bow.
Yeah, same. I mean, I have a quarterstaff. I'll give them that.
You brought that to the ocean? That's kind of funny.
You would deprive
Yeah.
an old man of his walking stick?
Gandalf the Grey.
Yeah, I brought that to the ocean.
Mhm.
Does it keep like floating? Like you have to keep grabbing.
Has it turned into driftwood yet?
All right.
Oof.
No tricks. No.
I'll weave my hair through my crown, so it just looks like a very decorative hair.
I'm gonna give you this. Impossible to keep a good hairstyle underwater. Impossible. It's wild.
But it's
Oh.
also just a crown. It's not a weapon.
Yeah.
Like tell Ariel that. Like
Thank you.
Well, there's
Yeah.
no thingamabobs down
Why don't
here,
you tell
so
Ariel that?
no
What
thingamabobs.
Ariel should have
guys.
actually looked like.
No dinglehoppers, no thingamabobs, no
Like Samara from the ring? Cool. Yeah.
no who's its and what's its. Sorry
Galore.
about it.
galore.
Alright.
Thingamabob.
As you all make your way without giving away some of your items of aggression, potential aggression, you split up and swim towards the district. Now, we're gonna do a couple things. Let's get you over here. Get you over here. And we're going to the temple district. As you guys swim about, you can see that this entire area was once absolutely magnificent. Now it has crumbled in a couple different places. You can definitely see that it has been shook, but the temples seem to be, by and large, pristine, altered. Some of them have beautiful cascading, definitely magically enhanced, or just at least, how to put this, artisanally created coral reefs. Some of them seem to be very much of the traditional make of the topside. Others seem to be, as you can see, one of the temples has a large bubble of air that actually pushes beyond the proper real estate of the temple itself. And you can just see a light kind of like percolating at the center of it. You see another temple that's just completely gilded in gold, and you can see that there's just seemingly a shine of light coming from there. Well, Light of Thylea, welcome to the Temple District. What did you guys pick a representative ahead of time? Who's going to be, maybe, everybody can participate, but maybe you guys want to consider who's going to be the primary supplicant in this conversation.
Just real quick, do you have it set up where the chat can see the map, David?
I do not.
We have a request for the map.
Fine, chat. My God. So demanding. No, that's totally understandable. Give me 1 second. Ba-dum-bum-ba-dum. Bum-ba-dum. All right, here is the map. you see, again, all of these definitely tiled buildings as they stretch out. It is a beautiful complex that, frankly, dwarfs the artisanship of Mitros.
Wow, in front of the queen, David?
Oh, that's messed up. Okay, Chris will take a few notes down.
Wow, I can't believe. Oh my god, that's amazing. No, my paper, no.
Chris will talk to the Sun Queen.
Oh, thank God.
Yeah.
Alrighty. And who will talk to the Skyfather?
Sky Daddy.
I nominate.
Wait,
Yeah.
did we
Oh,
split this party incorrectly?
Oh, no.
Might have a little bit.
I mean,
Well,
that-
we have
Christmas.
two primary speakers in this party in general. One of them is Lyra, and the other is banned from speaking to the gods. So,
Charisma-wise,
No,
though.
Yanni will be fine. Yanni will be fine speaking. You can turn it on when you need to.
That's true. Just don't call them fake gods like I did.
Yanni wouldn't
I
do
said
that.
I wasn't going to speak. So unless somebody talks me into it,
I think it should be Daphne.
Oh.
But I'm also not part of that. I'm also not part of
I
that
mean-
group.
to be fair,
Daphne that has a social norms and how to
Yeah,
deal
or-
with social situations book.
or
Hey,
Argenti,
I love
That
who's
is true.
who's good with people and stuff.
Politics. Maybe, I don't know.
Has a high charisma score. Probably
Curses.
proficient in persuasion. I'm guessing.
Yeah. I don't know if Argenti wants to talk to the gods, though.
I like that all of our high charisma characters either have social issues or just don't talk to people.
I mean, I wasn't kidding when I said I have the lowest charisma, but my charisma is still a 12. We're just a charisma-heavy party.
So,
Yeah. Wait.
funnily enough, my charisma is actually a 15.
What's
I just
Chris's
grew up in a
charisma?
dungeon.
Probably
Chris is-
decent, right? You're a paladin.
Yeah, Chris is
Some-
15, but I have proficiency in persuasion too.
Some people are just naturally people.
I have a question. I feel so bad. What group am I in?
You're in Sky Daddy group.
You are
Sky
in
Daddy.
Sky Daddy.
Okay. And who's the other two people in my group?
Yanni and Daphne.
Okay, I thought so. Okay. Daphne, you should talk to the Sky
I'm-
Father. I mean, you are of divine blood. It would make sense.
I feel like that's not going to really matter here.
No.
I don't know why I'm hearing disgusted noises off in the distance, but
I think some of that fish didn't agree with Lyra. She's
that
too
would-
used
that
to
would make
birdseed. She's the wrong kind of bird for fish.
I ate that one puffer fish that'll kill you if you cut it wrong.
Yeah.
Lisa and Lyra between the two.
No.
Daphne.
All right.
I
versus
can
Zed.
try. Yeah,
Okay,
I can
You're good.
I can give it my best.
Believe in yourself. You're meant for great things, and you're incredibly well spoken, and you're inspiring.
I mean, thank you. I really, truly appreciate that. But I'm more of the inspiring sort on the battlefield and the arena, where I didn't really
All of
have to
life
talk to people.
is a battlefield.
Hey, do any of us have magic that might help with this?
I cast suggestion on the god.
Yeah, because that's gonna go well.
Bad idea.
No, I meant like enhance ability or.
Nope.
I got all that shit,
No.
but not prepared.
I don't have
actually
suggestion
do.
either, in case anybody's worried.
I do have
Motivational
enhance ability.
speech challenge.
Enhance yourself, Daphne.
Yeah,
Enhance
I might
yourself.
have to do that. We might have to do that, yeah.
But I do,
Believe it.
I do feel like maybe, Daphne, you can heal people, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
I don't think
so
it's
maybe
well-
I should cast death protection from dying on you?
I mean, I think our runes also.
Yeah, that's right.
So, don't you worry about
Right. But I don't think we're planning on fighting any of the gods.
that. Yeah.
Right.
It should be a
And
peaceful
besides-
mission, everyone. Peaceful.
And besides, I don't think that'll save you, unfortunately. If I'm being realistic here. If they truly are gods.
Well, I think we've come to the instant understanding that they're not Argentine.
I think
It doesn't
that's
mean
a
they're
really
not
rude thing to say out
powerful.
loud while
Doesn't
we're in
mean
the
that they aren't
city.
incredibly
It was
powerful.
quiet. It was quiet.
I am still here, and I'm still your guide.
Thank you.
Very much still suggest that you be careful with your language.
Bernaros, this is a book.
Look.
I just minor illusion a book.
Here's the
I
thing:
have seen
whether
it
they're gods as we understand them or not, they're powerful.
Yes.
So
Exactly.
we need to remember that.
Right, but I don't think we're planning on fighting them. That's
We're
what
not.
I'm-
We better not be.
Yeah, we're not. No,
Yeah, definitely not.
no fighting.
No, they
Lyra
like
crosses two
supplication,
wings.
right? So go in.
Two
and
feathers
present
somewhere on
praise.
my wing.
Sorry, that's what I
Crop.
meant. Yeah.
Do we want to meet at the Forge of the Fire King afterwards? Because I know that is who Daphne wanted to visit.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure, why not?
All right.
And then the Ghost King after that. No, just-
Yes,
The Ghost Lord.
absolutely.
Oh, my bad. Sorry.
You're gonna have a bad first impression.
I am weaponless. I am not
You're my
fighting.
lord.
All right.
All right.
With that, Daphne and Brissa, both of you guys roll me D100s, please.
Boy.
Eh.
Oh,
We don't know if high is good or not. Oh, damn. Okay.
Oh.
Brissa, your group is the first to descend down towards the temple of the Skyfather.
No, we're going to the Sun Mother.
Another.
Oh, wait, you guys are Sun Mother. Just
Yeah,
kidding.
I was like-
As you guys are like, shit, wrong temple. Swim all the way back. You see that the top of this temple is completely bedecked with gold. There must be hundreds and hundreds of pounds just tampered to it. Not sure if it is gilded, maybe just polished bronze, but I'm pretty sure this has aged in such a way as to indicate that this must be gold. As you start sinking down further and further, the lower level of this 30-story tower has multiple, just like what are hundreds and hundreds of gilded, like gold marbled, what is it called? Massive pillars running on the outside of them. You can see that each one is marked by murals and paintings and reliefs of a beautiful woman, engulfed by the aura of a blazing sun. It's like each one of these little negative spaces that the pillars create between them is just another tile in the mosaic that gives way to this beautiful depiction. You can also see that she has wings and a beautiful crown. There's a winding spiral staircase that extends upward, and the way it is constructed as you look at it just seems to go into infinity. And at the very top, the only part that is truly covered in walls, you can see golden light shining down through the water.
I guess Bristol will just start. Is our guide with us, or did he go with the other group?
You guys tell me. You
You
know what? I will make the decision.
I
for him
figured he
because
probably
he's a-
would have waited outside.
No, he's a devout of the Skyfather. He
Oh,
would
true,
come
true,
with-
true.
yeah, he would. The Sky Mother, you guys can talk to. Sky Gods.
Yeah, okay.
Sun Mother.
I guess.
Get your gods right, David. Jesus.
guess we'll start climbing the stairs. I guess.
As you swim up the staircase.
Yeah.
Why do they even have stairs down here?
It was not underwater first, right? I mean, so But it was the city of the sirens, so you think they would just always just fly? But yeah, that's fine.
As you look upward, I need the three of you to make me
We're
a
blind.
perception check. It would have been with disadvantage anyway, but that is now baked in.
Well, no pressure.
And 11. And okay.
Hey, okay, 17.
Yeah.
As you approach, all of you guys have to kind of squint. The light shining down from the chamber at the top of this massive tower is just a beacon of light, a nimbus that casts down into the darkness below. And you have to squint as you try to look up. You guys can all tell that there's an intensity to the light that is already, even at the distance that you are, which is like maybe 200 or so feet at the like towards the bottom. Like the tower in itself is like 300 feet tall. It is tremendous. As you approach upward, though, you feel that the light is getting brighter and brighter and brighter, to the point where, Lyra, you realize as you approach, this is like looking directly at the sun. It certainly does her name well. The reputation seems to match. If you were outside, above water, you'd probably start to have your eyes water at trying to squint up against it. And you get the sense that the closer you approach to the sun, the more painful the experience will be.
Alright, well, she doesn't want to talk to us, so...
Or it's a test, and we just have to get to her. Get to, like, like there's a safe bubble in there, but I can go in there, and then if it is like that, I can let you guys know.
Sure, yeah, I mean...
All right.
Or we could all go, or,
Yeah, I mean, I feel like we should probably all go. I feel like we're trying to keep up this whole charade of we're all here for you and the other three are here for Sky Daddy, so...
Alright, let's keep on swimming. Bristol will kind of cheat a little bit to get on Scylla and close her eyes so that she just has blindsight. And
I mean, you don't have blindsight, but Scylla will have blindsight.
I do when I'm riding Scylla.
Ugh, I'm killing Scylla. I'm sorry. As
I didn't even know we
did I
brought
say that out loud
Scylla.
on the stream.
Scylla's always with us.
Quickly before when Estrella sees all the crowns and the glorious statues, I'm just gonna take my crown off and put it into belt stuff.
No, I wasn't gonna say anything because I didn't want to be mean, but...
Chris is 100% still wearing her crown.
All right.
Wow.
As you go forth, indeed, both you and Scylla become blinded as you move within the nimbus of the light. Lyra and Astrea, you guys, how far away are you guys staying during this?
I mean, I didn't realize we had the dragon. So if Brissa was doing that, I would probably just close my eyes and grab on, just kind of hook myself onto Sila's back.
Oh, so
And
you
Even
just
though
close
I
my eyes
still-
and myself on
right.
Lyra.
Yeah, I'll hold Estrella
Like a train.
and grab onto Sila. Neither of us can see still, but at least they
Okay,
kind
so
of know where they're going.
Everyone is holding onto the dragon swimming up, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
You swim up, and as you get closer to the source of the light, you are, Brissa, the only one who can really sense this with the blind sight. It's almost as if Scylla feels her scales just vibrating, being pushed again. It seems like there's something pushing with such tremendous force against the water itself that the molecules of the liquid are starting to vibrate downward against you all, pushing, making a resistance that almost makes it difficult to start to move forward. Now, if you didn't have, okay, there are a couple things that come into play. Not only if you wouldn't have had a swim speed, this would have been dangerous, but this is now difficult terrain, which absolutely does affect Scylla. She feels the resistance, and she's going to keep pushing.
Yeah.
Okay, Lyra, Estrella, Brissa. You feel that resistance, and you're reminded of the scout's story of how forges are made down below, as suddenly this water becomes extremely, extremely hot. Do you hold on?
Brissa will, yeah.
Hmm. Yeah, I mean, we gotta get in there.
There's no guards, nothing else around. It's just
the light.
Boiling water, basically.
And you guys just moving that, like, it's almost like this upside down long tunnel that you guys just moving upwards, and there's just a light at the top. You guys are just getting closer, and then in it, and, yeah.
Well, I'll cast control water and give us a path with no water in it.
Okay. Go ahead and
I'll
cast
part
the
the
spell.
water.
I will say this before you use it. Super clever use, but you can tell that it seems like, well, you know what? Go ahead and cast it. Go ahead. And what does it talk to us, thematically what it looks like?
Well, so the water was starting to boil, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So yeah, so when that happens, it's sort of like a ouch reaction, right? Like, so Estrella just uses her power to sort of like push the water forward, and the water just creates a path of before them.
Already. As Silas almost like fly swimming upwards, like trying to like get past that stuff. Okay.
It's like when you hit turbulence in a plane and you drop real quick.
What I will give you in exchange for that is that now it is not difficult to rain anymore. And Sila can traverse through it full speed. Which is important, because as you move through the first 5 feet, through that, though the water is now pushed away, the thing that is pushing downward against you guys is gone. The light itself now begins to just radiate down upon you. It is like you guys are Icarus, flying directly at the sun. And so, and let me drop that in Sila as well. Sila, Estrella, Lyra, and Brissa, for the first 5 feet, you each take 30 points of radiant damage. As you guys can feel the radiance just starting to burn away at your skin. Estrella, I need you to make me a concentration check as you're trying to maintain concentration, DC 15 on the control water, to ensure that the rest of the path does not become difficult to rain. Wait, why? With disadvantage?
Because we're exhausted.
Because you did an ability check. You have. Do you have Warcaster,
right.
Estrella? Sorry, it's. I hate that they call it a concentration check, but it's technically a save. If you do have Warcaster,
It'd be a natural 20 then, right?
I don't see the Warcaster feat though. Am I going crazy? I'm going crazy. Yeah, you do. With that, you actually had a natural 20 on the second roll if you click on that. So that is going to be a success as you maintain concentration, keeping the water away. Sila, bridled on by Brissa's desire to swim upwards or fly.
Yeah. So just like leaning down and be like, "We got this, go!"
You got this. As you guys are like flying into a nuclear explosion. Okay, Brissa, Estrella, Lyra, the three of you still holding on, or are you letting go?
This is holding on. It's going all the way. It's probably gonna get more dangerous.
Wait, so I parted water. That water's got to go somewhere. Can I not create a canopy where it shields us, the top of the water?
It seems like this light shoots through the water. You don't know if it's unimpeded or not, but just the mere proximity of it, whether it is with the water or not, is going to hurt you. The benefit that you're getting from it is that it's not difficult to rain, which would have made this... You did this for the first 5 feet. Let me give you that.
Oh, cool.
So, definite benefit. You effectively halved the damage you're about to take.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah,
How far ahead of us can we see? How far ahead of us can we see? Can we see like an end to
Nowhere.
this?
You are blind. What Brissa and the dragon can see, however, is that there seems to be almost like a silhouette. Very close. Maybe 15-ish feet away at this point.
This is just gonna be like reaching for the silhouette.
Yeah, I mean, we gotta keep going.
All right. Nobody lets go. All of you take another 29 points of radiant damage for the next 5 feet. As the light bakes down upon all of you. You move another 5 feet up. Make me another Constitution saving throw, Estrella, with advantage. No more. You maintain concentration. As the water kind of starts to move in a little bit and you push it back out. The radiance cakes down on you. You guys feel like instantaneous 3rd-degree burns on any piece of exposed skin that you have. You guys scream, and because the water is now gone, you guys can hear each other scream as well, much more easily, and it's just like you guys are in the middle of a microwave. Does anyone let go? Persisting.
I'm not gonna let go, but I will cast Armor of Agathis on myself.
Okay, go for it.
Can I also cast Lay on Hands on myself as well?
Sure. Estrella, do you want to do anything?
Consume, and I'll just do 30.
Okay.
Puts me at 140.
Just because I can't tell on my sheet, my 5th level Mass Cure Wounds is a 1d8 heal. Is that correct?
The Mass Cure
Uh-huh.
wounds? Yeah, because
Yeah,
it
it looks
affects
like
multiple people. That's why it's only a one.
No, I'm pretty sure it's
Yeah.
3d8 base for mass, isn't it?
Yeah, I thought it was 3d8.
I can't tell. It doesn't say that I can tell anywhere on this sheet here.
It is 3d8 plus your spellcasting modifier and an extra 1d8 for each spell slot above 5th.
So just at 5th level, it's 3d8.
Okay, I'll cast Mass Cure Wounds on all of us,
Alright.
including Scylla.
Go ahead and cast the spell.
Think of the dragon!
Uh,
I have a 20-pound cat that decided to sit on my feet just now.
All right, as Estrella, you take some of the water around, like trying to just like balm the burned flesh upon everyone, trying to soothe the pain as you kind of like push outwards. You all hang on. As you all take another 33 points of radiant damage. Estrella.
Okay.
The ice, by the way, just melts away as it tries to find a source, but it kind of just, before it even can go upward, Scylla can just sense as it just gets pushed away. The ice just melts immediately before it can even reach anything. And Estrella going to make me that con saving throw. DC 16.
I'm okay with that. I wasn't trying to hurt anyone. I was just trying to keep myself alive.
Totally understood. Scylla knows this is the last 5 feet. Estrella, Lyra, you're both starting to feel absolutely just annihilated by this stuff. It is getting down to the wire. You feel you're close. Brissa maybe even screams like, "Hang on!" as you guys are pushing up against the burning light. Does anyone let go?
No, Briss will stay, but I think Briss will be like, "It's okay, we got this." Like because she sees how rough both Estrella and Lyra are looking. Like, if they. It's up to them.
Yeah, no, I'll keep going.
Straya too. Anything that you guys want to do before the last 5 feet go?
I'll cast Cure Wounds on Lyra.
No, heal yourself.
Yeah, maybe yourself.
Huh?
Yourself.
Heal yourself, don't heal me.
What you gonna do?
Which is
No,
weird.
I mean,
don't
Estrella
think
wouldn't do
I've
that.
ever said that in my life.
Estrella wouldn't do that.
Thank goodness we're streaming this. It's recorded now in
Never
history.
had a peace talk to everyone though. Sorry.
All right. So are you healing or no?
Yeah, I'd like to heal Lyra, but everyone's selected
Nope.
and I don't know what to do in Foundry, so I just want to heal Lyra. I just
Okay.
want to cast Cure Wounds on Lyra.
Just double right click on yourself. That'll unselect everything. Or hover press T. So hover over your token and then press T on your keyboard. Either should do it. Okay. Or you can also just cast the spell like I know whom to apply it to.
Okay.
It's alright.
Okay. Can I tell how messed up Lyra is?
No, technically we're both blind right now.
Okay.
You just hear her scream the same way that you feel how injured you are, and you guess Lyra must feel the same.
Yeah.
Alrighty. In
I
that
don't have
case,
anything to help you though.
just go ahead and roll me 3d8. Alrighty, and your wisdom modifier is a 5. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Alright.
Yes, it is. Yes.
Okay.
I'm
Brissa,
sorry, I don't know where that is.
you also cast Aura of Vitality.
I do, because I can hear the screams of Estrella and Lyra behind me, and so yeah, and I can I can see them, and I could from blind sights I can see Estrella's a little bit more beat up, so I will.
So for the
do that.
first boop, you get to heal 2d6. So
Yeah,
because it's just one creature at a time, right? So who
Yeah, it
receives
is,
the 2d6?
Estrella.
Okay.
Oh God. I mean, I guess it's half, or that's fine.
It's pretty
Right, yeah.
average.
Yeah. It's
not-
I was
it's not-
hoping
it's
for,
not-
I was hoping for better, but
Okay. As you push the last 5 feet up towards the figure, Scylla and Brissa at the front kind of like reaching out. Lyra and Estrella, you guys are holding onto the back of the massive saddle that is of course mounted upon Scylla's back. Brissa, all of you guys first take 30 more points of radiant damage. And without your Aura of Vitality, Estrella would have gone unconscious there.
Oh, thank God.
As Brissa, you touch the radiant light, and suddenly everything is just stars and shining. And you guys blink away the brightness as you guys feel like you're standing on solid ground, and you can feel the air move the hairs on the back of your arms back and forth. You're standing in a dry space, and you yourselves are perfectly dry.
And healed? Not
I was about to say, and fully healed.
You are not fully here.
And fully rested?
And
If
you have
you're gonna wish.
500,000 gold, and you win.
If you're
yeah,
gonna
we're
wish,
level
you might as well
20?
wish.
Level
We're level 20. We have an
21,
epic
actually.
boon.
As you guys look around, And Sila's the first one. Sila, would you say she's more defensive of you as she sees a figure, or what would she do?
It depends on like what that figure is like doing. If that figure is like kind of like charging us, then yeah. But if the figure's just standing there, she's kind of just like hunched and being like, okay, what's going on? You know?
No.
Your
she is
dragon
not
fucks us for
charging.
us, I swear to God.
In fact, you see what is a lithe, beautiful, female-presenting siren. Large, brown, just like mottled brown and white wings curled in behind herself. You can see long blonde hair cascading backwards, and you can see all these little gold clasps tying this hair together. Upon her brow, you can see what is an almost horned-looking crown, much like you saw on the mural outside. And at the top, between these two metallic horns kind of going upwards, looks to be a sun oscillating, giving off light. A halo surrounds the top of her, and you can see as it just like seems to be swirling in more air, consuming it as it does so. You can see that there's like little flares from the sun that kind of like arc out every once in a while. The face is kind, beautiful. As you stand before the sun goddess, she is 20 feet tall, massive, imposing. As all of you guys just go, ah, burns.
Chris will like fall to a knee and just be like,
ow.
Sun goddess, we have come to beseech your aid in our quest.
So you have. Are you sure you have not come to kill me? After all, you have boasted of this, yes.
That was... some of our comrades were a little defensive, but we have not come to cause you any harm.
She has beautiful emerald green eyes that just pierce into you, these massive orbs that just look down on you, and it is interesting. Make me an insight check, the three of you. Lyra, Astrea, Brissa, please.
Lyra just starts sweating. Fuck, she's hot. Oh god.
Fun fact, she is the only one that has any kind of art in the book. Out of the events.
Really?
No significance to it. Like I can just tell you that doesn't like mean anything. She's just the only
It's
one.
because she's a siren, and honestly, they're the best. So.
Yeah.
Oh, she's less hot. Sorry, book art. Sorry.
David,
not, like,
mind
really
image
flattering.
her. Got it. We'll go with that.
It looks like she's making a duck lip, and I'm like,
I do hate that.
Yeah.
Brissa and Lyra, you are just absolutely stunned. The beauty and just the nature of her in this proximity as she stands maybe some 20 feet away from you is overwhelming. In fact, Lyra, you do sweat. Brissa, you find yourself taking shallow breaths. Astrea, you are a high priestess. You have had to deal with a titan in weekly meetings. Being in the presence of a god, a true god, a god of an utter power is nothing new to you. But with your dirty 20 on an insight, you know in your heart of hearts, this being before you, this is no illusion, this is no trickery. You can feel the divine resonate within your very fraction of a spark that runs like dust through your veins. You are God spawn in the presence of divinity. Her emerald eyes scan over all of you for a moment. So you have come from the top side to besiege me, to become my champion. Interesting.
We have.
Tell me, of you, of your feats, why would I choose to make any of you a champion of mine?
We have done incredible deeds. We have slayed dragons. We have fought.
She looks at yours and taken them prisoner after.
Not this one. This one is our friend. But we have, you know.
So like it's very
slayed-
sad when you say that, but we're like, we have slain dragons.
we have done other, you know, incredible deeds. We have brokered peace with other gods. We have fought against.
While Brissa and Lyra are too deep into it, I'm sorry for interrupting you, Alex. Estrella, because you can almost just match eye to eye with this goddess right now. You can see just a little bit of just like a twitch at the corner of her beautiful left eye at the mention of other gods. A broken piece. Please, Alex, continue.
Okay, badass Estrella.
Estrella has 3 health points. Her eyes are burnt out of her head. She literally has 3rd-degree burns everywhere. I don't give a fuck about her emerald eyes. I'm literally almost dead. I'm pissed.
There's just laying on the floor. It's like,
Yeah, fucking pissed. This lady's like, you want to be my supplicants? And she's like, go fuck yourself. Is what she's thinking in her head.
Speaking of, while we're standing here, does Brissa heal anyone?
I mean, Brissa's
yeah,
currently
yeah.
deeply engaged in talking. I will say that.
Oh, that's fair. That's fair. So we have done great deeds, but we face a threat that we cannot face alone now when we come seeking aid and guidance.
I see. But what is this threat that you speak of?
We seek the primordial fire so that we can use it to come fight a god on where we come from that is causing terror throughout the land. And
I'm sorry, but this is the ocean. There's no fire here. What do you seek this fire for?
we seek to become gods so that we can fight on even terms with them.
See.
Or defend our nations as need be.
To return to the surface and fight Sidon.
Exactly.
Did we say his name?
Nope. I mean, not here.
But she already knew what other things we had said earlier too, so.
I am sorry I cannot help you with your quest for this fire you seek. But perhaps I can give you a boon. A boon of my divinity. If you first do me a favor as my champion.
What would this favor be?
You're from the top side, and my sweet, sweet citizens of this city, they do not know the full truth, the extent of what befell my beautiful city, the people that I took care of, that I protected. They need to remain ignorant of this. I believe you understand the wisdom. After all, you are a queen yourself.
I understand your logic, yes.
Good. There is a vicious beast that lives within the depths, very close to here. We have sent champion after champion to attempt to slay the great beast but none have returned. And most recently, the vile evil that she is has flung our beautiful citizens back towards us. The creature that helped sink the city of my worshippers. You must slay Thylea. Your dragon goes. Kind of like
Different side.
there's the background. The goddess kind of cocks her head to the side, giggles to herself. Not you, though. I must question the wisdom of naming your companion after the most foul creature in existence.
It was more of a name of might and strength. Yeah.
Make me a persuasion check on that one. Just on that.
Oh, I don't know why it's that part. The actual check. Ah.
I think it happened before we knew about Scylla too.
Yeah, that's fine.
It was.
To be fair, some of us were like, "Are you sure?" and like posting pictures and stuff.
I was dying. I was dying when Alex chose that. I was like, "Are you fucking sure?" I can't say anything. Okay, this was last year. My God. Okay, DM rant over. I see. But then again, and she kind of looks over your armor and stuff. It seems that you are familiar with the so-called Lord of Storms. She looks over towards Estrella. She steps towards you. I can see her massive steps kind of shaking the ground as she steps closer, 5 feet towards you. You can see that there is something unique about you. You have a radiant.
Tell that through the burnt crust of myself, can you? Interesting. I don't say that. Incredible.
Don't forget the salt
No,
on it
it
too.
doesn't say
Inside of the wounds.
Mm-hmm.
No, I don't say that.
What do you
Just
say?
shivering with 3rd-degree burns bubbling up all over my skin. That's what all I'm doing. Estrella keeps her mouth shut.
We might have had previous ties to Sidon, but that was...
I was not speaking to you. Her gaze turns back towards Estrella, and you can see her eyes seem to be almost like... It's almost as if emeralds had a light burning inside of them, and you can see kind of almost like sparkling outwards towards you. Are you mute?
Just badly burnt by your radiance.
A test to see if you have the power, the constitution to withstand the beast of the depths.
Do you always burn people to almost to death before you ask them to go slay such a beast?
To test their mettle? Yes. Otherwise, they're going to die in the attempt anyways. Best they learn the truth now. And you have...
I would
made it.
certainly die in the attempt now.
I agree. Turns away from you. Looks towards Lyra.
Oh.
And you, a siren, returned to our most greatest city of all time. Welcome, sister, to your legacy. You seem beyond the bounds. She looks towards the stray, kind of side-eye, and then back towards you. Trepidatious to be here. Why is that, Lyra?
One must always be cautious. Just as a safeguard.
I see. What have you accomplished? What would you do, since you seek divinity with such power?
I mean, I'm kind of with Brissa. More like a protection from Sidon or an end to him if it gets to that point.
Would you strike at him? Burn him?
I mean, I don't do a lot of fire stuff, so probably not burn. But
What would you do to him to make him pay?
I mean, probably first, I'd kill his wife, because she's been a pain in the ass. And if that didn't get a reaction out of him, I'd go for his ego. Maybe take out his city, get people to stop believing in him and worshiping him. And then if he gets real mad about that, it would have to be physical violence. So, like, you know, cutting off of his limbs, stabbing him in his heart, decapitating him, burying his limbs in different parts of the continent so he can't, you know, get back together.
As you say this, go to make me a persuasion check with advantage, which will show up as straight roll because of the exhaustion.
Oh no!
Again, you cannot
Roll it again. Roll it again. Roll it again.
You're a
Roll it again.
martial-
Roll it
I mean,
again.
you can also, you have DM inspirations. Don't forget to use them. However, also as a reminder, you know, just because you roll a natural 1, Matt Mercer, you're wrong on this. That doesn't mean it's an automatic failure.
Right, but it is just an 11, so
Oh, that's
I
wrong.
will.
He's been pointing that out recently. That's fair.
So if I use my DM inspiration, is it a straight roll or do I still get advantage?
It's just a
a
new
reroll.
D20. Yeah. Which is going to be better.
Okay,
Hopefully.
okay. Hopefully. Thanks for
Can't be
jinxing
any,
it.
it can't be any worse. Let's at least focus on
That's true.
that.
Nice.
Okay, so all together it would be 26.
All right. As you say these things, Lyra, it's like sometimes when you rile up the emotions of a crowd or maybe a small congregation of Siren diaspora, you seem to be saying just the right things at the right time as those beautiful green eyes just become filled with vengeance and hatred towards Sidon, towards Thylea. And you get the sense that you're absolutely saying the right things. And the sun goddess is eating it up.
And then after I tell her my whole spiel, I kind of look at Estrella and just, sorry.
Maybe it would be right that a siren continues in my stead. It will be hard to say goodbye. But the light has to carry on. Lyra,
Come again?
would you do me the honor of slaying Scylla? And
Oh, yeah, that was kind of on our to-do list already.
it was serendipitous. Will you be my champion in doing so? I would be more than happy to bestow a boon upon you and become my chosen.
I just look at Brissa.
Brissa's be fine with it. She's fine.
Her hands just like in the ground, cracking things.
All 6 fingers.
Yeah.
And as such, you watch her reach up towards the beautiful crown of hers, lift it up as the sun oscillating between the two spiked horn-like ends moves in between, held in place. Then kneel before me, Lyra, chosen of the sun, and become my champion. Holding the crown aloft.
Yeah, I immediately kneel.
You kind of kneel because ow! As the crown comes down, touches upon your temple, and you just see where the light just illuminates everything around you.
I flinch a little, just fully expecting to get burnt again.
It's And with that, we're going to switch to the other group. Others. Group B. Suicide Squad.
Whoa.
Wow.
Let's not get ahead of ourselves.
No, I think actually the Sun Goddess team was the Suicide Squad, let's be real.
Yeah, we very much were the Suicide Squad for a minute.
As you start swimming towards this temple, the temple itself seems to be about 10 stories tall. It kind of gets broader and broader. It's not quite a ziggurat, but you can definitely tell it was almost like built on a bit of a mountainous area here. You can see that the entire thing seems to be decrepit and abandoned. However, it is completely filled with just overrun with thick seaweed, tall strands that weave gently back and forth the ocean currents. As you kind of start to look over it, you can see that there are altars that are kind of scattered throughout this temple ground, and they're fractured and lie broken.
So, any more last minute advice when we go to talk to him?
Yes. Believe in yourself.
It's more looking to the.
I think she was talking to Bornoros, but
Yeah.
Oh.
good advice.
Oh.
Good advice all the same.
I'll just-
thank you, though. No, thank you. No, thank you.
The reason that I personally worship the Sky Father over the Sky Mother is because she is wont to call herself the greatest of the gods, which the Sky Father disputes. There is wisdom in his words, kindness, but also they both appreciate self-sufficiency. So keep that in mind. Do not suffer the weak. He looks towards Yanni and kind of tries to keep himself from like staring directly at you. Or sharp-tongued. In any case, I have not been to the temple in many years. It is a challenge of sorts.
I imagine you can tell us about that.
Of course. You will have to find your way through the seaweed. You might be challenged by the guardians of the temple. Then, of course, you will have to speak to the Skyfather himself.
Oh. And what happened to, if you don't mind me wandering out loud a bit, when you had to deal with these guardians, did you happen to have a weapon with you?
I did.
Okay. That's good to note.
You may have not wanted to implicate that you would try to kill the gods.
No, completely agree. Well, alright. We will figure out a way. Probably try to cast some magic on me now.
You may want to be good at finding your way through the forest of seaweed that surrounds the temple itself, the entrances, finding many of the hidden spots.
Where in the tower is the Sky King?
Kind of points towards the bottom part.
Okay. Okay. How thick are the walls?
We have not measured them.
Well, like when you go through a doorway, give me a ballpark of how wide they are when you
Oh
go
no,
through the doorway.
Yanni.
It depends. Many are fairly thick, 3 to
Okay.
10 feet.
Okay. I can just dimension Doris straight into his room if you want, like Daphne Argenti.
I mean, I feel like that kind of defeats the purpose of the challenge and
Does
proving
it?
ourselves worthy to get there.
I think we would prove worthy, honestly. We have the resources to get there.
Well,
Bypassing a problem is just as
you know,
valid.
now that I say that, I can't actually take anybody with me. I can dimension door me in there.
Ah.
Sorry, forgot about the limitations of the spell.
Okay. That's okay.
My bad.
It's okay. Well, are either of you fairly decent at, navigating your way through the woods?
I usually get lost.
I mean, not really. It's not my strong point.
Oh no.
But you, however, again, believe in yourself, and you can get us there.
Genti, I really appreciate you, but the only thing that I've ever really had to navigate is an arena.
You know what I might be able to do is use a spell that lets me affect the water to like just create a pathway through the seaweed.
I'm wondering if we should. Do you think we could stay low? I'm trying to think of how we can get through the seaweed and out of the way of the guardians.
I mean, I assume we can see the seaweed from where we're at.
Yeah,
Like the
you can see that it
forest or
also,
whatever.
it seems to grow mostly around the temple, but it seems to also kind of like grow out of cracks in the temple's facade and the like. So you guess that the temple itself must also be filled with it, as far as you can tell.
Well, we could always do it the old-fashioned way. Try to get through it the best we can.
True.
Stick together. Strength in numbers and all that.
Anyone particularly wise in this group?
So we are a high charisma, low wisdom party on the whole.
Yeah.
Speak for
Okay.
yourself, Crispy Asteria says.
Anybody
Yeah,
have more than?
she's the only one with a respectable wisdom score.
Do any of you guys beat her Daphne's 10?
That's where I'm at.
Nope. I got an 8.
Alright, cool. I guess. Yeah, I was originally gonna spend it for the charisma later on, but I think we're just gonna have to do it. Enhance ability on Daphne, and we're gonna go for Owl's wisdom.
Alrighty. Better
So-
target yourself and cast
Oh,
the spell.
Thank you for the targeting reminder.
Hover press T.
Yes.
Oh, sorry. I see what you're saying.
I had everything ready. I just hadn't targeted myself, so hopefully it goes. Oh, yay, the little drop down. I can like add it all. Love that.
It's neat.
Very
All right. Daphne, as you lead the group down and you guys swim towards it, you do see that Bernardus is kind of trepidation. He goes, I don't know if I don't know if I should accompany you. I'm sorry.
Totally understand.
Good luck. Wish
Thank
the
you.
best.
Thanks.
Thank you for
Thank
your
you
help.
for your help. Oh, jinx.
And you
Yo,
swim
me a soda.
as close to the temple itself as you can before you see that there's just weed kind of going up as you start to go down the slick, long tendrils that are kind of just brushing up against your skin, almost kind of like seaweed, get out of here, but kind of like pushing as you guys are about to get high as fuck, as you kind of like start to brush up against it, it immediately becomes a veritable vegetable maze all around you. Does seaweed count as a vegetable? I don't think it can count as a vegetable. What is it at that point?
Why wouldn't it?
Intrusive thoughts. Well, because, I mean, it's not a fruit for sure. It can't grow on a tree, but what constitutes a vegetable? Is everything else vegetable?
I mean, you could argue that fruits are vegetables.
Edible
You
seaweed
just-
is a vegetable of the sea.
Tight.
Yeah.
You're surrounded by vegetable. As you're going through, you look up and you can see some of the light just barely kind of flickering through, but it's just darkness as you kind of like push through it. The things kind of starting to just sometimes wrap themselves just kind of naturally around you, and you have to kind of like get your arms away from it. Daphne, I need you to make me a survival check, please.
Alright, so it's gonna be just a flat with that good old owl system. I believe it's already baked in, so I just have to roll.
Oof.
Yeah, do I
Can
use it
I-
now, guys? I'm fine
You've
with
got a
using it,
60% chance of rolling better.
so I'm gonna
Yep.
use it. Yep.
Yep.
Okay.
There you go.
Oh god. Okay, not 20. I'll take it. You know what? Alright.
And you push through. And Daphne, it's magnificent. You're able to move through this stuff, kind of keeping much more to the ground, trying to see where there has been more accumulation. It seems like stuff, it's almost like an incline towards the temple itself. There's less disturbance closer by the base of the temple as opposed to outward, where there's a lot more just silt and stuff moving through. And so you're able to perfectly weave a path. As you can tell, sometimes it's almost like the seaweed seems to rearrange, shift, and try to make the path hard, but you keep an eye down towards the ground, trying to find more and more of this debris, more and more of these broken statues and faces. And Daphne, it is fascinating, because here the statues, their faces are not broken. And you see centaurs, broken bodies scattered throughout. Their bodies muscled, magnificent. God damn it, can't see. As
You
you
love
swim
me.
through, Philip just going, I'll see you later, and starts to swim on. You finally make it towards the base of the temple that has a massive door. Pathway in, and more, it's like a tree descending down into a tunnel of the kelp. Pitch black darkness ahead of you. And yes, for those of you that have dark vision, I understand. If you don't have dark vision, you might want to consider that.
I believe we all do.
Think so, yeah.
And Daphne, you can cast light anyway, I think, racially.
Yeah, I can, but I've got dark vision. I think we're all good, so.
You push through, which still count. I mean, you don't care about disadvantage now. Push through further. And who has the highest passive perception? I think that's Yanni. Oh my god, the passive perception of this group is...
Garbage.
Here again, low wisdom group.
Oh my god.
I used one of my rogue expertise on perception just to stand a chance.
Just to put it in perspective, the best perception we had was when Kasari was still a member of the party.
That's fair. well, that has changed a little bit. Thanks, Justin.
Thanks for getting an education, Justin.
Yeah, Justin. No, I meant that sincerely as thank you. Now she has a whole bright new future ahead of her. Yanni. It's weird, like the way that your eardrum has been having to pick up nuances, sounds, speaking to people. It sounds muffled and warbled and weird. But there's like a weird high pitch, like what sounds like a mixture of clicks, high pitched sounds that seem to be almost. You don't know if you can call it echoing. They seem to be just kind of like a weird, muffled piercing throughout the entire area. It's like the water does let it travel, but then it pings off of the walls, and it's just like this weird, almost omnidirectional sound.
I do whatever the swimming equivalent of scampering up to the other two is, and I'm like,
Understood.
We have the reins. You can like tell us that way too.
but that's, I don't get to act like this then.
That's a vibe.
Valid point.
That's a vibe.
Look, I forgot, okay? It's been a hot minute.
It's okay. Not like I made them or anything.
Very well made.
You swim onward, and I would like all three of you to make me a perception check, please.
Hmm, 21 with disadvantage, I'll take it.
13.
Solid 12.
Daphne and Argenti, you guys are pulling yourselves along the cracks in the walls. It's almost like the Colosseum's, hidden pathways where the gladiators would get themselves ready between fights. So Daphne, if anything, you're kind of appreciative of that. And interesting, this place is indeed constructed like this, like great fights may have been fought here at some point. You can see long rusted and destroyed, caved in iron bars. You can see carved visages of gladiators fighting each other, fighting great beasts. But Yanni, unlike Argenti and Daphne, you're kind of lost in the purpose of the structure and the history of that, looking at the faces as they pass by. Your eyes are cast downward, and you see this weird, it's almost like translucent, it definitely looks almost organic stuff. It's just kind of caved in on itself. It has an interesting appearance to it. It's almost like, with the 21, almost like the plates, but significantly larger, that you had seen on Krabinos. See-through and shed. Massive. Easily, like you and Daphne and Argenti could probably pull it around all three of you fit inside of it.
God, look.
Oh?
Do you know what that is?
No.
A shell?
Yep, shed shell of a giant Krabinos thing.
Oh. It's a fine specimen.
Oh.
Yeah, but the thing is, whatever came out of that is now bigger, and it's probably still around here.
That makes sense. Well, it's a good thing we have you watching out for us, right?
I guess.
Yanni, at that point, you hear another what sounds like scraping of something against stone, and then like a wet thump, like something lands in the wet silt below. It's distant, but not that far.
Keep moving, keep moving, keep moving, keep moving.
A little faster.
I'm trying.
Go, Daphne.
You have pushed through the streets of Aresia, which have been kept clean, pristine. Urchins were not really allowed to be seen out and about. that would sully the perfect image of Arisian warriors. So oftentimes when the war monks would come about and try to get you all force recruited to become the next soldiers of Arisia, which you didn't want to be in your youth, you had to find ways to be hidden, unseen, move away from these child collectors. And if your hairs weren't so wet, they would stand up straight in the back of your neck, because that same feeling of being prey, of being hunted, is pulsing through your veins. Adrenaline.
I think it's onto us.
Alright. Yanni, are you proficient in stealth?
I am.
Is anyone else in the party? Okay. Does anyone have disadvantage on stealth checks except for the exhaustion stuff? Like, you don't have heavy armor on, right?
No.
Nice. It's almost like this campaign is really good for that. See, you don't always want to have heavy armor. Alex, as you guys move forward, Yanni, I'm going to let you be the skill check leader for this one. As you try to, as quietly as possible, show them where to grab, what not to touch, to try to be as into this as possible. Now, you would have disadvantage anyway, because this is a weird environment that your stealth normally doesn't apply to, but because of the exhaustion, that stays the same.
Moot point. Okay. Cross all your fingers and toes. I'm gonna re-roll that. Come on. Oh, for the love of...
Okay.
I mean, I forgot about the disadvantage on the reroll.
You rolled
it's going to be an 11 either way.
You rolled a 3, 2, 1 in order, and then another 3.
Oh my gosh. Oh no.
So it's going to be an 11, I guess, is...
Okay.
I mean, how does it work when it's disadvantage and then you use the...
It's just a straight. At that point, it's just a new die.
No, but I mean, do you get the best of the 3, or is it just the best of the disadvantage?
Yeah, you take the new die and can replace the new die with the old die. So it's the best between those two, I guess.
Gotcha. So it's the 11. Okay. And for the stream, that's an 11 total, not an 11 on the die.
Alrighty. As you push on forward, you can feel the scrapes getting closer. It's almost like the pressure of the water is getting closer. And as you guys are swimming through, still trying to make your way, still going off the natural 20, total 20 survival that Daphne had, you guys are pushing in. You're trying to navigate your way through the maze to the centerpiece of what you can only guess must be a gladiatorial arena deep inside. And that is when, kind of sliding aggressively to the side, you see a massive creature. This thing is easily 20 feet wide, barely fitting into the hallway itself. You can see massive pincers on each side. There seem to be 4 legs that have these like splayed, armored toes, kind of bring it forward. But probably the most disturbing part of this 4-podded pseudo-lobster is that its head ends in what looks like long, writhing tentacles. And it is coming for you all.
This isn't crappy news at all. It's not a giant cute version. I was lied to.
And for the stream at home, let me do this really quick. As this thing kind of comes towards you, pushing away at the sides, and we're going to go into a little bit of a combat phase. That is where we're going to leave it for this week's session. Oh boy. And I see Damon over there is like, I know what that thing is. Believe me, in this case, it looks the same.
Oh, I don't assume anything anymore.
It is.
I know what that picture's representing in the monster manual. I don't know what we're actually facing.
Well, you guys get to meet one of the 2 gods, of the 8 gods that you guys will be encountering here. Hopefully not in some cases. And hey, Lyra, congratulations for being the chosen of the Sun Goddess.
Oh, it threw off my whole plan. It threw off my whole plan.
Wait till the Fate Mommies find out.
It was supposed
You're
to
gonna
be
be
Brissa.
pissed.
You just rolled real good. You rolled real good. All right, I'm going to find another stream to raid because that is what raiders do. Until then, what are your prognoses on what all the gods are going to make you go through? And of course, please hate on the Sun Goddess.
I loved her.
Well, the Fish Queen is going to make us eat all you can eat sushi until we throw up. Just
hate
Makes
that.
sense.
I definitely don't do that all the time. Anyway.
And when we're
Oh, no.
so full that we can't eat anymore, she'll be like, and you can't take any home in a to-go. So
to-go box.
I don't know. I didn't know that we were going to have to do that for any of them.
First little orc, she was like, I just flew through fire and nothing.
Alrighty, with that, we're going to be off now. We will see you guys next week again. If you haven't followed already, give us a follow so that you guys get the notification when we jump on. And we'll see you guys next Tuesday, 9 p.m. Eastern. See you then.
Bye.